everybody. Welcome one and all to the greatest one-man show in the history of pretty much everything, everywhere, all at once. It's the Dusty Smith Show. Appreciate you guys joining me. As always, it's a pleasure to entertain you tonight. Thank you, heroes, for sharing this evening with me. Gonna start off some Chud Watch as we do, folks. Then we got a little religious bullshit at the end. Gonna save it for the end. I got a comeuppance to do about the after party. We showed a Karen video, and I got to correct the record a little bit on that. Elon fucking shit up again this week, as he do. All of it coming right at you, folks. Got new music this week. He'll been bitching about the ads on the show. I don't have any ads on the show that I make money off of. I basically have ads completely deselected. So if you see it out of the show, I don't make any money off of it. Basically what happens is they copyright every show I do multiple times, and then they allow the people that copyright my show to make money off my show. And one of the problems was, not really a problem, but I was using the Time to Float song, which I didn't write, and they were copyrighting every show, putting extra ads for that song. So new music. I spent it last night, and I made a new song just to open the show with. Hell yeah. And I fixed the audio settings a little bit. You guys have been bitching about how the videos I play are too quiet compared to my voice, so I balanced them out a little bit better. So you might have to turn me up a little bit. If so, do it to it. But hell yeah, let's go ahead and kick the show off, get it started, folks. It's time for some Chud Watch. Boom. Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about chuds, and then we make fun of them. For all you just joining me, Chud Watch is where we make fun of these zombie conservatives fucking up our country. We have fun here, so be sure to crack your jokes in the chat and help us make the show great. And I forgot to remind you guys, Super Chats. The lifeblood of this entire show is Super Chats. No questions dodged. Every question's answered. You can stump the band, ask me whatever you want to in Super Chats. There's a button down here by the chat. You click on it, donate whatever you want to. Hey, the more you donate, the more serious I take your question. By my love of the Super Chats, I read every single one of them at halftime and at the end of the show, so get your Super Chats in early and often and help out the show if you want to support me. I would appreciate it. All right, let's jump into the Chud Watch. Starting us off tonight. Holy God, they're just pure evil, folks. What can you say about conservatives? Just the most demented human beings on the planet. So this is the guy that conservative Texans have chosen to be in charge of their entire state, Greg Abbott. And he's posting this video of a crocodile in the Rio Grande. Apparently this was taken by the National Guard, and the entire point of this is to brag, a joke about the fact that Mexicans, people crossing the border, might be eaten and killed by crocodiles. Hilarious, you know? It's so funny. They're not even human beings, folks. If you're not an American, you're not even a human being. Who gives a shit if they're just trying to come to this country to make a better life for themselves and their family? Nah, man. They're subhuman scum. Let's just laugh and joke about alligators eating them. So here's the video, and then we're going to read the comments from the subhuman trash that voted for and supports Greg Abbott. Super cool. So Greg Abbott says, the Texas National Guard took this picture in the Rio Grande River near Eagle Pass. And of course, you read all the comments. Elon Musk has turned Twitter into nothing but a right-wing circle jerk. All his sycophants show up at the very top of every thread now. Should have done this 2 years ago. Yeah, more crocodiles in there. Perfect idea. Load them up. Yeah, let's put more crocodiles in there. Let's just kill them. A lot of children cross that river to try to get in this country and make a better life themselves. Yeah, let's just let the crocodiles eat them. It's hilarious, folks. It's hilarious thinking about our fellow human beings dying. I mean, they were born in this country, so fuck them. Am I right? Big boy not playing. Yeah. Looks well fed. Ha ha ha. Hilarious. He's eating a lot of Mexicans. Those should be getting bigger now, right? Yeah, because of all the Mexicans they ate. Problem solved. Alligator warning signs. Just trash after trash after trash. The whole fucking thread. It's just a pile of garbage. Texas, succeed already. For the love of God. And then, folks, some eagle-eyed hero out there noticed over the last couple weeks. Lauren Boebert not wearing her wedding ring anymore. I'm sure things are fine. After all, she's one of these family values candidates. She's all about God and Jesus. And there's one thing we know about Jesus. It's how he is responsible for you having a good marriage. If you got God and Christ in your life, then your marriage is just bound to succeed. And she wouldn't cheat. Her husband and her clearly have a close relationship. And after all, they stood before God, folks. They stood before God and they said, we promise God we will be together forever till death do us part. And there's no way this woman, this God-filled woman, would ever go back on her promise to God, no matter if she's wearing her wedding ring or not. And yeah, she's getting a divorce, y'all. Yeah. Republican Representative Lauren Boebert files for divorce from husband after nearly 2 decades. Hey, 20 years. I guess you guys had a good run at it. What you gonna do? I mean, God's all powerful, but he ain't that all powerful. And then she put out a notification for her divorce. She's all like, it is with heavy weight on my heart that I have filed for divorce from my husband. Hey, I thought you guys were trying to get rid of no-fault divorce, so you women can't leave your husband. You're trapped in loveless, abusive, toxic relationships for your life, right? Isn't that your position? I mean, after all, you promised to God. Anyway, hypocrite goes on to say, the statement said, I'm grateful for our years of marriage, not that grateful, together, and for our beautiful children, apparently not sticking together for the children, all of whom deserve privacy and love. Yeah, same kind of privacy you give people you shit on constantly. As we work through this process, I've always been faithful in my marriage. Translation, I've been cheating like a motherfucker. And I believe strongly in marriage. Not that strongly, clearly. Which makes this announcement that much more difficult. Yeah, you're embarrassed because you're a lying piece of shit and you've gone out there pretending like you have a great marriage and it's founded on Jesus Christ and now it's falling down upon you. And we see how big of a hypocrite and stupid you are. This is truly about irreconcilable differences. Pray harder! Representative Lauren Boebert. And we know what's coming, though, folks. Because she's been out there, first off, just cheating. Am I saying that right? Am I saying the word? Yeah, it's cheating. Rumor has it, I don't know, I wasn't there, but rumor has it she's having an affair with Christian preacher Sean John Fetch. Quit trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. He's a white nationalist Christian, shocker, and a member of Pastors for Trump, also shocker, and what a dorky looking human being. Good God, Lauren Boebert. Your husband was better looking than this guy. And I thought Christians hated skinny jeans. Another hipster pastor. Dork-filled door. But anyway, you get you some, Boebert. I guess, whatever. And then people couldn't help but to bring up and remember all the time she chastised those who wanted to get divorced. No, you don't. You people need Jesus. The whole reason your relationship's not working is because you don't have enough Jesus. Chase after Jesus more. Let's have her explain it to us.
Are you struggling in your marriage?
Are you?
Begin to speak life into your marriage.
Okay, do it.
Ladies. You are called to something great in your marriage.
Really?
The power that you have in Christ for your marriage
not very strong.
Is unmatched.
Is it?
And if you start chasing Jesus.
You weren't chasing Jesus. You were chasing some long-haired hipster preacher douchebag. I think you chased after the wrong person there, Lauren Boebert.
With everything that you have, I promise you, your husband will chase you chasing Jesus.
Okay, what happened? What happened? Did you not chase Jesus with everything you had, Lauren Boebert? Why do you have irreconcilable differences? Just saying. Explain yourself, woman. Amen. Yeah, that's so true.
To be able to speak life into a marriage that seems like it's ending is so powerful.
Yeah, so powerful that you can't do it. Clearly, you don't have that power. Apparently, maybe you're not the one that should be preaching that message. Just saying. Yep, shocker. All of the family values pro-marriage candidates, Marjorie Trailer Queen, Madison Cawthorn, and Lauren Boebert, divorce. Yeah, I hate to see it, but we don't. We actually love to see it because you're hypocrites and no shit. Your mates are fleeing from you because you're garbage humans. And then, speaking of Marjorie Trailer Queen, She's one of the most abused people in the world, y'all. It's so unfair to her. I mean, yeah, she was worth $1 million 2 years ago, and now she's worth $40 million. Somehow, don't think about it. Most popular Republican congressperson on earth. Yeah, making that bank, getting lots of love and followers and supporters and whatnot. But anyway, still, she is oppressed and downtrodden. And also, you know who's doing it to her? Big black dude came up to her and just harassed the shit, scared her. This black man scared her to the core of her being. She was frightened. Her fellow congressperson, he was giant and he was screaming, intimidating, violent with his blackness. Anyway, let's her explain it to us.
I had to have so much security. There was not enough. I was swarmed. It's all on video. Everyone can see this. But I will tell you what's on video is Jamal Bowman shouting at the top of his lungs.
Oh my God, I can't believe
cursing, calling me a horrible, calling me a white supremacist, which I take great offense to.
You should. You are a white supremacist, though.
That is like calling a person of color the N-word.
Okay, you're proving right now that it's not like calling a person of color the N-word, because you just said the N-word instead of the actual word, and you're saying white supremacist without saying the W word. So by your own speech, it's definitely not anywhere near the same thing. And also, like, you did speak at Nick Fuentes, America First Conference, who's a giant white supremacist, and you continuously spread white supremacy talking points everywhere you go. And like little white supremacists who go out and murder people are like your biggest fans and support you. So you are a white supremacist, which is a true statement. And even if you weren't, that's not anywhere near saying the N-word. Please continue.
Should never happen. Calling me a white supremacist is equal to that, and that is wrong. Jamal Bowman was down there cursing at me, telling me to get the F out of there. He was leading the mob right outside the vehicle I was sitting in. We have this all on video.
Whole thing.
And then on the Capitol steps yesterday, he was the one that approached me. Even CNN reported that.
Oh no, a big black man approached you. I dare this little lily white flower get approached by a big black man. Oh no, what you gonna do?
Yelling, shouting, raising his voice. He has aggressive.
He was literally just debating you. You fucking pathetic snowflake. I dare a black man walk up and try to debate me.
His physical mannerisms are aggressive, and he just recently shoved Thomas Massey.
Oh my God!
Just outside the House chamber.
So violent.
I think there's a lot of concern about Jamal Bowman.
We're concerned.
So, and I am concerned about it. I feel threatened by him.
She definitely feels threatened, y'all.
He not only led a mob there, but his boisterous lies. And I'll tell you another thing he said outside there.
What'd he say?
He was saying, "Save your party." I kept telling him, "No, save the country." It's not about political parties. We shouldn't care about political parties. We should care about the country.
You don't care about the country?
Because no matter what our political beliefs are, Jamal Bowman, I don't know what his political beliefs are.
He literally told you specifically to your face and asked you to save the country because you're ripping the country apart. You're actually destroying your own party, which is bad for the country. We need a two-party system instead of one-party rule, and Republicans are about to be non-existent because of people like you. He was telling you the truth, trying to help you out, but please continue.
Know what mine are, but we both swore an oath to serve the country here in Congress as representatives.
Right.
So I am very concerned about Jamal Bowman, and he's someone that people should watch.
Watch it. Watch the big black dude, folks. She's so scared. She's the victim here, y'all. She's totally a victim. I only wish there were video of this confrontation with this giant, scary black man intimidating her. Oh, well, if only cameras existed. Oh, here we go.
Expel him because it saved the party. The party's hanging by a thread.
We got to get rid of Biden.
Okay, look, she's smiling at him. She's standing right up in his face. She is not in any way intimidated. She's not shaking. She's not fearful. She's just a fucking liar.
The party's hanging by a thread. You gotta save the party.
He's not even yelling at you. He's just kind of joking around with you, trying to get you to wake up.
Listen, no more QAnon, no more MAGA,
no more CNN,
no more debt ceiling nonsense.
Oh no, not CNN. Look, we hate CNN now. The left is off CNN, so go ahead and shit on CNN all you want to. That doesn't do anything to us.
Come on now, save the party.
We gotta
save
the
America.
country.
Save the
Biden,
children.
Save the
Do
country.
something about guns.
Look how scared she is.
Come on, invest in education.
Terrified,
The
y'all.
border is
What about
what
the
Trump
children?
left.
Hey, where are all the kids? Where are
I can't
the
believe he's doing this to her.
children? You guys have
We're
lost
accepting them. We love them.
You've lost
We
them.
love the
They're
migrant
so
children.
scary.
the
I'm scared
thousands
for her.
Lost them.
You can't find them.
What are you
That's
talking
your
about?
administration.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, migrant children are missing. You don't know the news.
No, we don't know the news.
Oh, you were
That's Fox
sadly
News.
listening before.
That's
Hey,
Fox
let me
News.
tell you
Listen,
something,
I
Jamal.
need you to
Not
save
very
the party.
smart. You should pay attention. She ain't worth it, bro.
Save the party.
She ain't worth it, bro. She ain't worth it, bro.
AOC. Little cameo by AOC. She ain't worth it, bro. She ain't worth it, and she ain't worth it. All she gonna do is lie about you. You know, spread more racism. Big black scary man terrified me. But we see you're not terrified. He was literally just talking to you, you fucking snowflake. Here's the free speech crowd. Can't stand for somebody to speak freely to them, as always. Hey, God damn it. And then, she's such a charmer, y'all. You conservatives definitely put the best of the best in Congress where she can get on the floor and behave this way.
That while we're talking about white supremacy, Miss Spittleneck, you were talking about white supremacy.
It's Spitalnik.
Oh, I apologize, Spitalnik. Miss Spitalnik, while you were talking about white supremacist and abortion.
Miss Spittleneck, ha ha ha, nailed her. Definitely got to class. And then, folks, here's how horrible this shit is. Cops can literally murder somebody. They murdered this poor guy, Manuel Tehran, out at Cop City. He was out there protesting. They murdered him. They planted a gun on him. They got a call on video admitting that they murdered him. Autopsy report showed he didn't fire anything at them. They just killed the guy and planted a gun on him and lied about it. So you have Congress people getting on the House floor and claiming that he murdered a cop. Folks, he didn't murder any cop. He didn't shoot anybody. No cops were murdered. They literally murdered him. The most popular conservative congressperson going to go on the House floor and claim a person that was murdered by the cops is actually a cop killer. This is how low and fucking dastardly this party is.
You want to talk about human lives? Well, it seems to be that being a police officer is a target for Antifa because they actually murdered someone there. They actually murdered a police. Oh, you don't know. That's right, because you don't study left-wing extremism from your nonpartisan so-called nonprofit. But let me tell you about it. There was a 26-year-old activist, Manuel Tehran, shot and killed Georgia State Patrol trooper there. That was this year. You're right. Not last year. It was this year. So left-wing extremism is definitely on the rise, and murder is a big part of it.
So they have no example of it, so she literally just has to lie. Imagine being a murder victim by cops and then get accused of being a cop killer. Just good fucking God, dude. But they don't care. This is all they're about. And then this national embarrassment doesn't even know the Ukraine is in Europe, y'all. Holy shit. One of the least informed people that have ever existed. Here she is declaring that she's seen absolutely zero evidence that Putin has any plans to invade Europe. You know, like he's doing right now and has been doing for the last 15 months with this attack on the Ukraine.
We're paying for a war, a proxy war with Russia, when I've never seen Putin actually show in any detail his plans to invade Europe. No one has shown me that, so I don't believe the lies that I'm being told about this.
Somebody please ask her where she thinks the Ukraine is. Good guy. Yeah, no proof. Hey, we're fighting a proxy war in the Ukraine, but where is Putin attacking Europe at? Show me. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Good God, conservatives, you're so stupid, every one of you. But hey, thank you for being easy to make fun of. It makes my job easy to do. It basically writes itself. Hell yeah. And then, that's that next. Why did it jump to the end? It jumped to the end. I don't know why it did that. No, I guess that is next. I must have had this on there twice. Yeah, let me put this down. That's supposed to be the last one on the Chud Watch. And then on the Chud Watch. So you guys remember For the last couple weeks, the GOP has been telling us, hey, we got the goods on Biden, right? We got all this evidence from whistleblowers that he's running a prostitution ring or something. They actually said this. He's taking bribes from foreign governments all over the place. The whistleblowers, we got him. And we're going to have a big press conference. And then the day of the press conference, they're like, oh, my God, we lost all our whistleblowers. We can't find them. Oopsies. We're not lying, y'all. They're just missing. Just believe us. And so now they on Fox News try to explain themselves. And Larry Kudlow is like, where the fuck your witnesses at? Here's their response.
Because come out, but I mean, what are you going to do? The so-called informant, the top informant that you've been relying on, seems to be nowhere to be found, I guess, unless you have new information on that. Do you want to give us an update on that story? I mean, did someone take him, seize him, kidnap him, put him in the witness protection program? Where is this guy?
Well, as you know, Larry, we're dealing with a lot of informants because the Bidens were influence peddling all over the globe. The informant that I was referring to on Maria's show Sunday was the informant on an Israeli situation.
The fuck does that mean?
He was an Israeli. The informant that Grassley brought forward that's alleging to have evidence of Joe Biden himself being directly involved in a pay-for-play scheme with a foreign national, he is alive and well.
Where's that? Bring him out.
Everything's moving forward, and I think that hopefully we're going to be able to present the facts to the American people.
You promised you were already going to do that. You already held a press conference where you promised you were going to do this. So it's always 2 weeks. Just believe it, folks. 2 weeks.
He's going to come testify, Mr. Comer.
Well, I hope soon. You know, we're trying to get the FBI to work with us. Senator Grassley and I have been negotiating with the FBI.
It's not us, y'all.
You know, I mean, it's like negotiating with the devil here.
It's like negotiating with terrorists, negotiating with their own government. We're not lying, y'all. We're telling the truth. And then it was discovered that most of these whistleblowers are actually Trump supporters who are literally on the payroll of Trump sycophants being paid by Trump supporters. And so they asked, hey, yeah, these whistleblowers are specifically being paid off by Trump supporters. That's how they're making their living. Isn't this a conflict of interest where they're literally being paid for this supposed testimony? And here is the response today from the House leader. No, this is Jim Jordan. Here we go.
We're talking a lot about the point of this press conference. The point of the hearing is to talk about how the FBI is politicized. But do you think it's appropriate for some of these whistleblowers, including two who will be at your hearing today, to be paid by one of the former president's closest advisors, Cash Patel, who's active?
They got a family. How are they supposed to feed their family?
Get a job.
450 days. The FBI has kept Mr. O'Boyle in limbo, where he can't work with.
Why? The FBI is preventing this person from working? Really? That sounds like total fucking bullshit to me.
Without pay. He's got 4 kids. He was selected to come to this special unit they were forming here in Virginia. He moves his family, and the day he gets here, they say, hey, we're suspending your clearance. And they won't let him get access to his furniture, his clothes, and he's got a 2-week-old newborn child. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Of course they're gonna do whatever they can to feed their family.
Yeah, like lie? Say whatever they have to say to get money from the Trump supporters? Yeah, I mean, you're not making a very good case for yourself there, Jim Jordan. Hey, yeah, they'll do whatever they want to. These people say whatever they have to say to feed their family, wouldn't you? Which proves they're telling the truth. Gotcha. Checkmate. No. And then apparently, according to the scuttlebutt, Laura Ingraham fired. She got the Tucker Carlson treatment. News, far-right propagandist and family professed Nazi sympathizer Laura Ingraham has reportedly been let go by Fox News. This follows the report of Tucker Carlson in an apparent shakeup of the primetime Fox News. They say Hannity might be next. We'll see what happens. And you might remember Laura Ingraham from her Nazi salutes. Yeah. Amazing it took this long to get rid of you. But not really. It's Fox News. Nazism is sort of their whole bag. And then, talking about fucking around and finding out, CNN ratings in free fall plummeting. According to the Daily Beast, 2 days after CNN pulled in more than 3.3 million viewers for its widely criticized town hall with Donald Trump, CNN found itself in 4th place among cable news networks in prime time. Worse yet, it finished behind MAGA channel Newsmax. Holy shit, imagine doing worse than Newsmax. Just pull the plug, CNN. It's over. You know, you got a MAGA guy that took over, and he tried to run the place like Fox News, but conservatives already hate CNN. You heard Marjorie Trader Queen, no matter how many times you platform Trump and give him softball interviews and let him spew lies for 2 hours, they're still not going to accept you. And now you've alienated and ostracized any left-wing people that might watch your channel. So turn out the lights. The party's over. CNN. Get fucked. You love to see it. And then, I don't watch sports ball, y'all. I don't care about sports ball. Actually, this is not the sports ball one. This is Ron DeSantis. Covering the important shit, y'all. Teachers are fleeing the state en masse. Immigrants who pick all their food, build other houses, ghost towns. Disney pulling out $1 billion in investments in Florida. Yet this is the kind of stuff he's tackling. Public bathrooms, changing rooms, and locker rooms in Florida will have separate facilities based on biological sex. Our wives' daughters deserve protections from woke ideology run amok. Like, literally, who is this affecting? How 2, 3 women are upset by this yearly? Is this really what you want to focus your resources on? Of course it is, folks. The party of nothing. While they destroy their own state, and yes, they are destroying their own state, Disney CEO wasn't bluffing. Robert Iger cancels plan for $1 billion office complex in Orlando. He's saying it, folks. He said, hey, if the government of Florida is going to specifically target us for doing nothing more than deciding what kind of movies we want to make, then we're not going to invest in the state. Why would any business invest in Florida when they just know that just knee-jerk reaction from the government could cause them to be targeted? Nobody would. So here's what you voted for, Florida. I hope you like what you're going to get. And meanwhile, DeSantis claims he moved over $1 billion in state pension fund investments out of safe funds because they were woke. But he actually transferred them into high-risk investments controlled by his political donors who have given him millions of dollars. So yeah, he's taking your pension funds, they're Florida government workers, and he's given them to his billionaire friends who have given him tons of money so they can invest it in high-risk bets. And if he loses it, hey, who gives a shit? They've already given him millions and millions of dollars for his campaign funds. He's going to be fine. Who cares about you people? Ron DeSantis certainly doesn't, and you people keep voting for him, so I guess you don't even care about yourselves. You get what you fucking deserve, Floridians. You can't have duh without Florida. You can't have Florida without duh. Almost got that right. And yes, it's a completely unserious party, folks. Ron DeSantis is sending in state investigators from the Department of Education to interrogate students about watching the Disney movie Strange World in class. Because, yes, this is what our resources should be going towards, folks. Not all the children being molested in churches, not the homeless problem, the drug epidemic, nothing. Except for let's send investigators to schools and investigate them showing a fucking Disney movie in class. You conservatives, you're not serious people. You are laughing stocks. You're jokes. Every one of you is just a giant fucking joke. I guess you think you're owning the libs by destroying your own party? Oh, please, own us more. Own me more, Daddy. Own me more. The horror of you destroying your own party, you morons. And it's over, folks. The free speech party has gotten rid of pronouns. We're not allowing the pronouns anymore. Can't do it.
We just did a bill in Florida. We're not allowing the pronouns. Like, you can't force these kids to be choosing. They want like a second grader to pick a pronoun. How crazy is
it? Nobody is forcing a second grader to pick a pronoun. None of that. I mean, let's talk about basic English. You know, pronouns are part of basic English. You know, I, you, they, them, us, we, all of it, right? Every kid's supposed to be taught basic English, but they're not forcing anybody to pick any kind of pronouns. They're not transing your kids. Unserious is the conservative party, folks. But at least we have the Trump versus DeSantis primary to look forward to. And I don't think we even know yet. We're not even prepared for how stupid and cringe it's going to be. Here's a new Photoshop picture that DeSantis people put out against Donald Trump. And yep, there he is, Donald Trump, holding the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light can, because that's a serious thing. And he's pals with Mickey Mouse, and he's got the trans rainbow. Isn't Trump a super supporter of trans rights? Isn't he? Doesn't he super love Disney and the gays? Definitely reality from the conservative party. And I think I speak for everybody when I say, let them fight. And then here's a 5-minute video, but I'm going to play the whole thing because this is amazing. 3 Chef Kiss Delicious for this one. So Adam Mockler went out there and interviewed some Trump supporters, and reality is not their friend. Looney Tunes, moonbats, what used to be an insult for the left, but we repurposed it because it fits the right so well. Let's listen to these moonbats tell us why they love Trump and they're conservatives.
There's tons of studies that people who receive gender-affirming care have a way better quality of life than people who don't.
Are you just seeing it from the one side, or are you seeing both sides of it?
Well, tell me your side.
What is the other side of it? He just specifically said that the studies, the scientific studies they've done have shown that the ones that have gender-affirming care have a better outcome. So she's like, but what about the other studies? What are you talking about? Have you seen the studies? Have you read the studies? Of course she hasn't. She's just doing the both sides when she clearly has no clue what the fuck she's talking about.
No, I'm just saying, have you seen the research on just the one side, or are you seeing it from both sides?
The opposite of gender-affirming care, I guess, would be conversion therapy. And there's 0 studies showing that conversion therapy works. Actually, that increases the suicide rate of trans people.
I don't know the statistics.
Then why are you speaking on it?
On that.
You fucking moron?
I'm just going by,
Nothing?
you know, my own thoughts.
Your ass?
You know.
What makes you think Trump will be able to beat Biden in 2024 when he already lost to him in 2020?
Well, he didn't lose to him in 2020.
You don't think so?
No, it was completely rigged. Biden is just a puppet anyway. It's not the real guy.
Who's controlling him?
The white hats.
The white hats?
The white hats.
Can you define who those people are?
That would be our military, our generals, and our current and sitting president of Trump.
So basically she's saying that Trump is the president right now, but he is controlling Biden and lying to all of America that Biden is the fake president. We actually have a shadow government, which they used to say is bad and evil and destroying the planet, but now it's a good thing because Trump is in charge of the shadow government and he's lying to us all. But it's not bad. It's not bad that he's running a shadow government and lying to us all. It's good because he's doing it, and if he does it, it's good somehow. Just don't think about it.
He's our commander-in-chief still.
You think Trump is still a sitting president?
Yes.
You think Trump is currently making all the decisions in the country?
Yes.
So would you blame the current inflation on Trump?
Yes, because this is where we would have been. I'm not blaming him, but in order for everybody to actually start waking up and seeing what was going to come down the pipeline if Hillary would have gotten in and they would have been able to do their new world order, this is what we were going to get.
Yeah, genius, folks. Hey, he's not to blame for the inflation because this is the exact same inflation we would have had under Hillary. So he had to let the exact same inflation under Hillary, even though he's president, to show us how it would be under Hillary, even though the whole point of him being president would be to stop that. Don't even think about it, folks. There's no logic to be found anywhere in this one's brain.
And the border crisis, that's also on Trump?
Have you been to the border?
No, have you?
No. So how do we actually know if the wall was actually done?
It wasn't.
How are they getting in?
They climb over the wall for one thing, or under it, around it.
Is it really a crisis, or is it just crisis actors?
That's right, folks. There's not actually any crisis on the border. It's just actors down there pretending they're undocumented workers trying to come in this country in order to, I didn't get this part. Let's see if I can figure out why they're doing this.
I don't think there's a crisis at the border, honestly.
I don't think so either.
You think people are at the border acting like immigrants?
Correct.
What's the purpose of this?
To wake more people up.
To what?
To what?
To seeing we would be going socialists in a communist country, and that's not what America's about.
So actors are pretending to be undocumented workers and crossing the borders to show socialism? How? What? I don't know. Next.
Leave the children alone.
Okay.
Stay the hell out of the schools. Keep your drag queen shit out of the schools. Uncomfortable when you were 13 with your body, when you'd wake up with a Woody, you wouldn't know what the hell to do with it, you know?
I definitely knew what to do with a Woody at 13. I can very, very vividly remember going in the bathroom and masturbating when I was 9 years old at the premiere of Superman. That chick was on top of the, what was it, Empire State Building or something, in her sexy ass dress. And I was like, I got to go to the bathroom and whack immediately. And that movie came out when I was 9. So definitely 100% knew what I was doing at 13, but please continue, weird old man.
There's a 15-year-old who is having these confusing feelings. I think they should be able to talk about it without worrying that the government steps in.
They can talk about it, they can dress how they like, they can act how they like, but until any surgeries or anything's done, it should be 18 years old. We need to get the Democrats and all the deep state out. We need to take back the country for the people.
Yeah. I thought you guys say that we have a shadow government and Trump is the leader of it. How is that not the deep state?
Yeah.
Peacefully, no violence.
No violence. So you disagree with what happened on January 6th?
It was not an insurrection. We were set up.
By who?
Democrats and the deep state.
Right. Deep state, we didn't do it, folks. It's never our fault. Even though we said we were going to do it, we bragged about doing it, we openly planned in public, then we did exactly what we said we were going to do. And then after we did, we bragged about it when it turned out the nation wasn't on our side about it. It wasn't us.
Who was there? FBI was.
You don't think there's a part of individual responsibility to do with it, though? So, like, if you make the decision to walk into the Capitol, break glass, and to riot, don't you think it might be justified to be charged with something?
Yes. If you break the law, of course, there's consequences to breaking the law.
There you go.
Now, you get a group of people, I don't care who it is, it could be Christians, whatever. You get someone or a couple people in there that are instigators, they're going to get the whole crowd to go.
Yeah. No, definitely not. You would instigate me to breaking the fucking law and get in trouble. I don't fall for peer pressure, but so much for, independent responsibility. So much for agency. No responsibility.
It takes one flame to get the can of gas to burn.
Yes.
Now, there was people there, yes, that should not have done what they did. The destruction should not have happened. If you get caught on it, prosecute you.
Because the election was stolen.
You think so?
I do.
How come every time they brought it to the courts, all the evidence was rejected immediately?
Because the courts are rigged.
A lot of those judges were appointed by Trump, though.
They still have a lot of undercurrent things that are going on that should not be going on.
So you think Trump appointed over 60 judges that were part of the swamp?
Maybe.
Yeah, so let's elect him again immediately, folks. He's not responsible, though. Yeah, he did it. It's his fault, but he's never responsible for anything. He's a God man that can do no wrong.
Doesn't that reflect poorly on Trump's judgment?
No.
Why not?
Because look at all these people that were wearing masks.
Yeah.
Was they fooled too?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I think that they were.
You think so?
This country is more divided now than it was when Martin Luther King marched when I was a kid. The Civil War was something that no one could do anything about.
Yeah, who could possibly be responsible for this division? I mean, we're literally going out saying the election was stolen, trying to overthrow our democracy, take away the will of the people, install a dictator. Who could be responsible for this? Yeah, look in the mirror, sea hag.
Because the whites, quote unquote, whites from the South are not the only ones that had slaves. Slaves are all over the world. Slaves still exist today.
You think there's a direct effect from slavery to how Black Americans are able to live today?
No, I don't.
No.
They have a chance to learn. They live in the best country in the world. If they open their eyes and listen, instead.
Stupid black folks, not open their eyes and listening. I mean, the fact that you have, on average, 10 times less inherited wealth than white folks, it has nothing to do with slavery or the redlining laws or the fact that black people weren't eligible for the GI Bill or all of it. It's because you're just asleep, black people. Why won't you wake up?
Instead of just focusing on their little area and people that they hang out with, they would learn a lot.
But from what you said, it sounds like you were born before the civil rights movement.
Oh, yeah.
So black people couldn't buy houses in your lifetime when you were maybe a baby.
I'm well aware of that.
You were 5. So you don't think there's any downstream effect?
I felt oppressed at that time.
Yeah.
But that's what Martin was trying to correct. Right now, I see so many people living off the government handout.
I'm pretty sure welfare use per capita is higher in red states than blue states.
Yes, but there's so many people living off of the government handouts.
100% she's on Social Security, folks. I wonder if she even had a job in her life, or what if her husband worked and died and she's living off his Social Security. That's usually what happens a lot of times.
And that is not that much farther away from slavery. They were a slave, they were given housing.
Okay, I can't even process that one.
Housing, food, clothing, medical care. The people asked them to work. Yes, there were landowners that were violent and mean to some of them, but there were others that were humanistic.
That's right, folks. Hey, it wasn't that bad being a slave. They gave him food and clothing, and it was basically like being on welfare, so pretty much the same as today. What's the problem? Wake up, black people. Just, good God, yes. You're racist, you're horrible human beings, and you're fucking stupid. Beyond measure. And speaking of something beyond measure, greedy, a grifter, Candace Owens explaining away why she spent $18,000 on 3 airplane seats. Hey, it's not because she's a shameless grifter, not because she's making so much money as a token pick-me who spreads white supremacy talking points and conservative narratives to make that bank. No, folks, don't judge her because she's rich.
Now, I might be biased here, but I completely agree with Candace Owens on Twitter. It's unbelievable. If you think about this, we spent $18,000 on 3 seats so that my kids could sleep overnight. And you might be saying, well, that's a lot of money, Candace, to spend on seats. Let me see access. Let me have access to your debit card in the way that you spent, right?
I don't spend anywhere near $18,000 on 3 airplane seats. I make about $18,000 every 4 months, if that. So, I'm pretty frugal. I don't even fly, period. I have to drive, Candace Owens, so we are not the same.
Right? People that waste their time drinking on the weekends, everyone gets to decide what they value.
Hey, you spent $30 drinking this weekend. It's the same as me spending $18,000 on 3 plane tickets for my children. Same thing. What is a false dichotomy?
In life, me making sure my kids are rested when we're doing an overseas 10-hour flight, having to deal with jet lag the next day is worth it. These are the reasons that I work hard so that I can be able to, I'm traveling with my kids, not necessarily for myself, be able to say, okay, I have an infant on me. She's kind of heavy. She's 10 months now. I would like to recline her fully when she's sleeping. I have a 2-year-old. I'd like to recline him fully when he goes to sleep before an overnight flight. Now, this is obviously not what's at issue here. You don't have to agree with the fact that I purchased business class seats. But of course, if what you purchase, you don't actually get, you are experiencing financial fraud. You cannot walk into a store and say, I'd like to...
Anyway, bitch rich! That's the take home from this. And shocking, goddammit. The conservative grift is so lucrative. It's heartbreaking. And this is a story I was referencing earlier. I don't know much about sports ball, but I know a lot of these athletes are conservative chud dickheads. Case in point, Bruce Miller. Ginger. Apparently, he played for the San Francisco 49ers in 2014, and in his spare time, he likes to send people death threats in their DMs. This time, he sent one to Representative Eric Swalwell. Yes, a representative elected member of our government getting death threats from a former NFL football player. Update, the 49ers reached out to me this afternoon regarding this threat from a former player as a lifelong member of the faithful. I appreciate them sharing their concern. He says, who is this guy threatening to execute me? And how does he have so many followers? And yep, here's what Bruce Miller sent him. Almost time! 3 exclamation points. Would you rather Guantanamo or just execution? Crying myself laughing, crying myself laughing. Fucking traitor. So awesome. Yeah, totally cool. I mean, you guys are literally the ones trying to overthrow the government, get rid of democracy. You are the ones who are the traitors, calling other people traitors. It's just rich as fuck. But anyway, so then he went public to try to defend himself. Bruce Miller says, I was content with trolling corrupt politicians in my DMs. Hey, it's just trolling. Yeah, I asked you if you want to be executed. Sure, I cried myself laughing at the thought of you dying, but that's just normal trolling that adults do. But since you want to make a story of it, then that's what we'll do. That was in no way a threat, it was, to you or your family. I missed when a harmless game of Would You Rather or Guantanamo or execution, which to my knowledge is the punishment for treason you've so aggressively participated in trying to frame the sitting president who was disrupting the corrupt status quo of the parasitic U.S. government. You, Eric, are a traitor to the country, to your state, and to your district. I mean, this guy literally a traitor to the country, saying traitors should be executed and sent to Guantanamo Bay. You just can't make this shit up. Bruce Miller goes on to say, I'm not a threat to you or anyone else for that matter. However, you and the Uniparty are a threat to the country and to the world while you're busy deflecting to BS and running around screwing Chinese spies while sitting on an intelligence committee. The Bay Area is in decay. under the leadership of you and the other corrupt leadership, but you'd rather spend the last 7 years committing the biggest fraud in U.S. history instead of helping people. One that all of you knew from the conception was a fraud, and it's very clear. I never threatened you. We just read it. You did. No responsibility for anything they do. No agency for their actions. I asked a simple question, which struck a nerve, which I can imagine would sense that punishment is in the cards for you and many others. I mean, man, you guys are so lucky that we don't treat traitors the way you say we should treat traitors, because it wouldn't go well for you. I'm not MAGA, Republican, or Democrat. 100% bullshit. You are. No doubt about it. You are 100% MAGA Republican. What the fuck? I'm an American who is sick of watching the corrupt establishment destroy our country. So, garbage, as usual. Probably another walking concussion. And this is the one I referenced earlier. This is a representative of the United States government, folks, elected by the people to represent them in the highest political body in the land. So here he is assaulting a political activist, pushing him. And then when he realizes he's being recorded, tries to gaslight us all by saying, calm down. Yeah, I'm physically assaulting you, shoving you across the whole parking lot. Would you calm down? When it's literally him that's freaking out and being violent. Let's have a look.
No, you're out. You're out. You're out. You're out. You're out. Aren't you a congressperson touching me? Get off me.
Someone video this. Get this on video.
Get off me.
Get this on video. This is assault.
Get off me.
This is
assault. What are you trying to do,
assault.
Clay Higgins? You're a U.S. congressman touching a person. You can't get him off the street. Get off me.
He's telling the guy, calm down. Calm down. You were literally assaulting the man, dragging him across the parking lot and telling him to fucking calm down. Good God.
Go with him. Let him know. Let him know.
Calm down.
You need to calm down.
Calm down, sir. Just gaslighting.
No, you're out.
In the highest order. They piss in our mouth and tell us it's fucking raining. Absolutely. And no integrity or morals whatsoever. And that is my Chud Watch. Hope you guys enjoyed it. What's up, dirty sexy pores? Which is my cute little nickname I call people that don't give me any money. If you donate to the show, you're a hero. But if you don't, you're just a dirty poor, but you're also so sexy. Why are you so sexy, dirty pores? God damn it. Wish I could quit you. Yeah, he's a former cop too. I know, that's shocking. Can't see it. That guy a cop? Psychopath, definitely a psychopath. Bully, yep, that's why he was a cop. That's what people do when they leave high school and they're bullies. They just become cops so they can keep living the dream. Troll the movie. Yeah, just trolling. Threatening a guy with death and violence. Sure. Super cool. 18K is beyond my ability, and that is just too much. Yeah, it's horrible how this country rewards bad behavior continuously all the time forever. But what you going to do? You got to laugh to keep from crying, and you got to make jokes to keep our spirits up and keep moving forward. And get your super chats in, folks. Going to read them after the next section. Am I lying? Let's see. I am lying. No, I'm not. Let's see where. It's in here somewhere. Anyway, let's do some woke panic, folks. Little icon from Mr. Ron DeSantis. And it goes a little something like. Scariest thing ever, folks. Wokeness. It's going to get you. It's hiding in your trash can, waiting to jump out any second. And this week, what conservatives are all pissed off about the whiny snowflakes. Apparently, there was a drag queen show, and there is a little kid twerking on the stage. This, according to Graham Allen, has 288,000 subscribers, host of right-wing shitathon Dear America. He says, this is disgusting. Young children are on stage with drag queens while being encouraged to twerk for the crowds. Perverts, that's right. Nothing but perverted drag queens. More proof of just how disgusting and pedophilic drag queens are. 7,000 likes. Let's have a look at this video. That's proof. So here we go. First off, that's a whole crowd of straight people cheering, laughing, dancing. So like, even if you turn the camera and there are drag queens on stage, why are you specifically targeting the drag queens when all these straight cis people are obviously in on it too? Why are you only calling out one side but not calling out the majority that is not drag queens? It's almost like you have an agenda, a one-sided agenda where you're trying to make one side look bad. Anyway, I'm sure they're going to turn the camera around, and it's just going to be a whole stage full of drag queens to make his point. Let's have a look. And then, wait, okay, that dude's not a drag queen. Is this a drag queen? Where are the drag queens? Are these drag queens? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Can you point the drag queens out to us? It looks like a bunch of just regular dudes dancing with this kid in front of a crowd of straight cis people. Ass everywhere. What? Ass everywhere. All right. I mean, I think that's sort of cringe. I don't think you should probably have kids twerking. They're just having fun or whatever. But yeah, screaming ass everywhere with the kid, like that is, gross. I don't like that. But that dude did not look like a drag queen to me, nor do any of these people. So you're clearly just kind of trying to scapegoat drag queens and trans people, because that's your entire narrative, right? You don't actually have any real evidence for this, so you have to like make shit up or make shit more one-sided in order to try to prove your point, when we know for a fact that the majority of people that rape, molest kids are cis, straight people, and preachers, youth pastors, priests, that sort of thing. Not a single one, not a single child or a parent has claimed they have been groomed or molested connected with a drag queen story hour. And if you can prove me wrong, please do. If you prove me wrong, that anybody, a single person, has claimed that their child was molested or groomed because of a drag queen story hour, I promise you, I will cover the shit out of it. Send it to me, please. If you have evidence, please send it to me. If not, shut the fuck up. And then I told you on the last show, folks, the next thing that these whiny piss babies are going to be freaking out about is the Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover featuring an 81-year-old Martha Stewart. I was ahead of the curve on this. I didn't have the examples the last show. I knew they were going to, and yep, I was right.
First off, Rudy Shapiro is all upset about it. Here's his new video. Then versus now. Look, it used to be like hot girls, and now it's like this oldie lady, and so why is America falling into this degradation and enjoying grandma porn? If there's one thing I can't abide by, folks, it is grandma porn. I don't like any porn whatsoever because it gives women a wet-ass P word, and you should be drier than the Sahara Desert. But especially not grandma porn, yo. That is just gross. And anyway, here he is bitching about it. God damn it, this dude is such a fucking nerd. He's bragging about how he's one of the only 5 people in America that called Sports Illustrated, and he's like, no, please do not send me a swimsuit issue. I do not want women wearing swimsuits in my house. It is just too hardcore and edgy for me. I'm a Christian male, and I'm super cool in every way. So no swimsuits for me. Just send me an extra copy of the book, please.
Anyway, here he is bragging about it.
It's also Sports Illustrated. So Sports Illustrated, years ago, I used to be, like, for years and years and years, I was a Sports Illustrated devotee. I think that I got my Sports Illustrated subscription when I was like 13, 14 years old, and I had it for probably 20 years.
You're a dork.
It was like my kind of Saturday afternoon enjoyment was reading the sports articles.
I know, right? He's so manly, folks. Just this alpha male beefcake manly specimen. Just reading sports all the time like he does.
In Sports Illustrated, obviously. And I'm one of the 5 people in America who actually called up Sports Illustrated and said, don't send me the swimsuit edition. I would instead prefer to receive like a regular extra magazine.
That's right. I don't want women's. I want big sweaty men's. Can you send me just shirtless, big sweaty men's all day long, Sports Illustrated? No more of these hot women.
And you can do that with Sports Illustrated. Okay, but the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition was obviously tailored at dudes, right? I mean, it was obviously beautiful women in body paint.
Obviously.
And it was pretending to be sports, right? That's what it was. I had ideological objections to it because, again, I'm not big into the objectification of women. I'm actually not a huge fan of women in bathing suits pandering for the male gaze. I'm actually not a huge fan of that because, again, I'm a religious conservative.
Because you're a giant fucking dork and you're not sexy in any way whatsoever?
It is also Sports Illustrated. So Sports Illustrated...
definitely a bitch harder.
Little Benny Shapiro.
And then Meggie and Kelly was all mad about it too, folks. Apparently, not only do they have Martha Stewart on there, but they had a trans woman on there. And hell no. They mad, yo.
An 81-year-old ex-con is this year's front cover girl for the swimsuit, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. 10 years ago, I was allowed to have an opinion on this, Megan, so please.
Yeah, you're definitely not allowed to have an opinion on it right now. I mean, you are on a show saying whatever you want to potentially hundreds of thousands of people and nobody's stopping you, but you're so censored, dude. So oppressed. What a victim you are.
Tell me yours.
Okay, so I have to say I'm torn on this because I would like to look as good as Martha Stewart looks when I'm 81.
Hell yeah,
so I see that she's attractive and she's holding it together. I get it.
But
so yes, good for her. However,
However,
let's be honest.
Okay.
You tell me, because my understanding is the sole purpose of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover is for 15-year-old boys to spend time with it alone in the bathroom.
Okay, no. The entire point of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Magazine is to sell copies of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Magazine. Now, yes, there was a time where primarily they sold it to men who wanted to whack off to it in bathrooms, but it's 2023 now, and we have unlimited porn. So much porn that if there were 1 million of you, you still couldn't watch all the porn that is available freely to all of us, including the 15-year-olds. So nobody is whacking it in the bathroom to Sports Illustrated magazines anymore, so they have to be edgy and controversial. They have to find a way to get free advertising on a whiny piss baby shows like yours and mine. And so they have to be more controversial, which is exactly what they're doing, and it's working because we're talking about them. Welcome to Capitalism and Marketing 101, Medjian.
Okay. I'm thinking the 81-year-old is not going to do it.
Well, you don't know much about young men, like MILF categories, GILF categories, what are the most popular categories? I'll fuck the shit out of y'all's grandma. You don't even know, Medjian Kelly. Might want to research it a little more.
Call me crazy, but I'm thinking the trans one and the 81-year-old are kind of like a you-know-what killer. And I just think...
Yeah, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Go to 4chan, the most bigoted place on the goddamn planet. Half the threads are either, it's mostly like interracial porn, black dudes, but like the other half is MILF threads and transgender threads. That's the most popular porn amongst young men. So you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Medj and Kelly. So hot right now, so hot. Trans and granny porn.
Again, know your audience.
Yeah, you know the audience. You have no idea what you're talking about.
But also, it's this thing where, look, the amount of sauce that's on Instagram, right? Like the swimsuit thing, the titillation of the...
All right, I'm done. Listen to these people. Let's move on with the woke panic. And then... Oh, here she is. And she mad because remember last show, I called her out. We made fun of her because she challenged Charlize Theron to a fight. And we all know Charlize Theron gonna whoop her ass. Like, it ain't even close. But she got some blowback from it. So here she is defending her position and calling out Charlize Theron.
And the problem for somebody like Charlize Theron, with all of her privilege, to come out and say, I will fuck you up if you oppose drag queens, is that she could not come from a more privileged position.
I mean, could you come from a more privileged position? How is her position more privileged than yours is? The fuck you talk about, Medjian?
She's rich. She's famous. She's beautiful. I'm sure she has a staff that looks like Downton Abbey.
Are you describing yourself, bitch?
Guess who the pedophiles go after first?
The people in their church.
The kids from broken homes.
In their church.
The poor kids.
In their church.
The kids who have a parent who's addicted to drugs
and break
or
through the
alcohol.
church.
The kids who wind up in the system for having committed a juvenile defense. The kids who don't have a rich and famous mother out there saying, slay queen.
So what does that do with trans people? What does that do with drag queens? Once again, if you had all these examples of drag queens molesting children and grooming children, you would present them. I can present all my evidence that it's preachers, that it's youth pastors, that it's priests. I do it every fucking show. It's like one every other day now. I have all the receipts. Where are yours? Why are you just making this shit up? Why are you just claiming it happens instead of giving the evidence? Because you don't have the fucking evidence. Because you're a liar. Because you're a fearmonger. Because you're a transphobe. Because you're fucking evil. And yes, privilege as fuck. Hypocritical Medji and Kelly.
All right. So she can lay the groundwork all she wants for drag queen performers everywhere. She's not going to have to pick up the mess. She's not going to have to deal with the children who get hurt as a result of us pretending that.
Who? What children are you talking about? Give some examples. You don't actually care about the children because you are not saying shit about the actual child molesters who are raping these children left and right.
Pretending this isn't happening, and it's all
It's not
fine.
happening. It's not
all
happening.
Just well and good.
It is all well and good.
It's not.
It is.
It's dangerous.
It's not dangerous. What's dangerous is you spreading hatred and fear about it. And just to show you what a fucking hypocrite she is, this was just last year, folks. Wasn't long ago at all, where she was one of the main ones in the spotlight, giving support to transgender kids. Just goes to show you how much of a cult this is. How when they get the talking points they're all supposed to jump on, they do it regardless of what they said in the past, regardless of how much it makes them look like a hypocrite. They jump on board with the new talking points. Here she is a year ago.
Well, the people with me on stage right now are all transgender kids who want others to know it is possible to transition socially with love and support and acceptance within a family. And
I'm sorry it's so quiet. I can't do anything about it.
16-year-old Nicole, 12-yeard-old Daniel, 14-year-old Gia, 15-year-old Landon, and 13-year-old Stella. Your parents are also here. Morning, everyone. Morning. Also joining me in our special audience is Gira Goldstein, who's a...
Come on. Low. What the fuck? Don't stop. Don't stop.
Audience is Gira Goldstein, who's a...
Okay, goddamn. Anyway, I won't play the clip, but basically the gist of it is she loves transgender kids. She's a big fan. And we should be loving and supporting towards them. It'll play now. Why is it not playing? Let me hit refresh, see if I can get this thing to play.
Well, the people with me on stage right now are all transgender kids who want others to know it is possible to transition socially with love and support and acceptance within a family and a community. Please welcome 16-year-old Nicole, 12-year-old Daniel, 14-year-old Gia, 15-year-old Landon, and 13-year-old Stella. Your parents are also here. Morning, everyone. Morning. Also joining me in our special audience is Gira Goldstein, who's a...
Okay, fuck it. Whatever. It's not going to play. Elon Musk, Twitter. It's garbage. But anyway, just shows you that they'll jump off the bandwagon on the new thing immediately because this is all they have, spreading fear and hatred. And Michael Knowles, a weirdo creepo from Benny Shapiro's Daily Wire. Michael Knowles also complaining about Martha Stewart being in Sports Illustrated.
So Sports Illustrated, in order to stay relevant, to stay in the news, it has to create controversy. And one way to create controversy is to pretend that dudes are chicks, which is obviously completely disgusting, but at least gets them in the news. And then a better way for them to create controversy is to put an 81-year-old woman on the cover. So, okay, mission accomplished. They did that. But why is it wrong? Why is it wrong that even this very good-looking woman at 81 years old is on the cover? I go back to a line from St. Gregory the Great, which has been popularized in recent years by St. Josemaria Escriva, which is that it is not good to look at what it is not licit to desire. And I'm not going to use this line in its precision. I just mean it as a way to sort of get at why people feel like it's a little bit wrong to have an 81-year-old woman wearing a swimsuit on the cover of this magazine. We think it's wrong because we know it's not. We should not be sexually desiring an 81-year-old woman. Even an 81-year-old woman who's a beloved cultural figure, who looks very, very good, especially for her age. It's just, that's not right.
It's right. It's not right to sexually desire a grandma. You must immediately just find them disgusting. You have to do what he tells you to do, folks. The only right way to do is how Michael Knowles says you should do it, but no. Grandma porn is fucking awesome. Once again, you can take my grandma porn when you pry it from my cold, crusty, dead hand. Michael Knowles. Clearly don't watch enough porn, yo. Grandma porn, hugely popular. And then the next thing they're all freaking out about, pissed off about, is because they have a Pride swimsuit. Amazing how much conservatives hate capitalism. Like, gay people are a huge section of the population that usually have disposable incomes because a lot of them don't have children. They make pretty good money, so it's a great demographic to market to. But they hate it when you do it. You gotta only market to who they tell you to, or else they're gonna be all pissed off. Here's Riley Gaines. This is that swimmer that came in 5th place, a loser. And so now her entire job is just to walk around and hate on gays and trans people. She makes a living now basically being a bigot because that's all you have to do if you're conservative. You could be a loser and literally make a career out of being a fucking loser. So The new Adidas women's swimwear range modeled by a man, it says. And, okay, it's like I guess a gay dude. And he rocking it. Looks fine to me. Looks comfortable. If he feels good, I feel good. Who gives a shit? Freedom and whatnot, to which she says, I don't understand why companies are voluntarily doing this to themselves. Money. Does that explain it? Because you don't have any bearing on their bottom line, and marketing to gay folks makes them money. Hope that helps you. They could have at least said this suit is unisex, but they didn't because it's about erasing women. Are you erased? How is this erasing women? Why do you guys always play the fucking victim? Ever wonder why we hardly see this go the other way? What other way you talking about? You talking about a woman being topless and wearing a men's Speedo? Do it! Oh no, not boobs. Women's swimsuit aren't accessorized with a bulge. Clearly they are. I'm seeing it. So I think you might be wrong about that. And yeah. Nancy Mace, a representative of the United States, says, I'm old enough to remember when women actually modeled women's bathing suits, and not men. And Ollie London, you know, the freak show purge mask who spent $100,000 to look Korean, who wants to lecture all of us on how much trans people are freaks, because don't think about it. All you have to do is act like a giant piece of trash and be hateful and bigoted, and you can make a money as a conservative influencer doing the same thing, and our representatives are jumping on board with it. The signal boost, spread this shit, and as Ron Filipowski points out, great guy to follow on Twitter if you're not, it's a pride-themed swimsuit. Does this really bother you that much? No. They literally make a living by spreading fake outrage, and this is all they have, so it's very transparent. And
then a little bit of Shapiro's back again, and he's mad, y'all. Because Starbucks dared to have a commercial in India where parents were loving and accepting of their trans daughter. And I cannot believe that you have a heartwarming commercial that spreads positive vibes and a good message about love and inclusion. Oh, hell no. You have to hate transgender people, or else I'm going to be furious and make fun of you on my show.
Anyway, can you imagine being this motherfucker and seeing something heartwarming and nice and loving and being angry about it? Of course you can, if you're a vile little troll
like Benny Shapiro.
It says calling Arpit. It's an older gentleman calling his son on his phone. And the mom is looking at him skeptically.
Suno, is baar gussa mat hona.
And she says, listen, don't get angry this time, please. They're in a Starbucks. And he's starting to get upset. And here comes the, oh, look, Arpit's a girl. But Arpit isn't a girl.
I know,
Arpit's Thanks for meeting me, Dad. I know it's been years. But you still mean the world to me.
Okay, that's...
Dad's going to give a warm hug to his coffee.
Good, right?
They're going to get coffee together.
Why is this bad?
And then Mom is so accepting. Now Dad's accepting, all because of Starbucks' shitty coffee. Little burnt coffee makes you... Your habits haven't changed, says the dad. 3 cold coffees for Arpita. And it's for Arpita, not Arpit. Arpita. And he ordered it because he's accepting her name, guys.
Oh no, horrible.
Oh, so, and the guitar music.
Love and acceptance.
For me, you are still my kid. Only a letter has got added to your name. It doesn't say the part where the got subtracted. And the singing. Like Stark McLaughlin, Indian
so
style.
So terrible, isn't it?
It starts with Arpit.
I can tell why you're so upset by it.
Hashtag it starts with your name. So Starbucks is now exporting the transness to India.
Transness is always a part of India.
All this relies, as I said before, on 2 things. Unity of corporate wokeness and your apathy.
Okay, well, I do agree that Starbucks doesn't give a shit about trans people in any way whatsoever, obviously. But that's a nice commercial. As I've said many times before, I'd rather a corporation do something good for a bad reason than something bad for a bad reason, right? Imagine the heartlessness you would have to feel to find fault in this commercial out of all the bad things happening in this world. Just nothing else to bitch about, these whiny piss baby snowflakes. And then Zodiac killer Ted Cruz wants the government to investigate Bud Light because Bud Light sent some pictures of some cans with the picture of Dylan Mulvaney to her. They printed out cans with her picture on it and sent it to her. Didn't put them in stores, didn't sell them to anybody else, just sent them to her. And now he wants to threaten them with a government investigation over it because, of course, this is what our government should spend their time working on.
Investigate what Bud Light was doing with Dylan Mulvaney. It destroyed a brand that may not recover. What's your focus?
Well, listen, I can't think of a company in modern times that has more alienated its customer base and seemed to have so little understanding of who it is that actually drinks Bud Light. But this week I sent a letter to the CEO of Anheuser-Busch along with Senator Marsha Blackburn because the CEO of Anheuser-Busch is also the CEO or the chairman of the Beer Institute, which is the regulatory body, the industry regulatory body that regulates itself. And one of the rules that beer companies are supposed to follow is they're not supposed to market to kids.
Okay, they did market to kids. Dylan Mulvaney is an adult, and she didn't market this to kids.
Remember the whole Joe the Camel thing? This is the same thing here. Well, you know what? Dylan Mulvaney, a massive percentage of Dylan Mulvaney's audience are kids. And
also a massive percentage are adults.
Budweiser was trying, I believe, with this ill-fated marketing attempt to target teenagers. If you look at things...
teenagers can't buy beer. That's against the law, and it's very difficult for them to get it without an ID there. So pretty sure they're not targeting people that can't actually buy their product. That's not very smart marketing there.
Dylan Mulvaney has online. It's things like Days of Girlhood. There's another video where Dylan Mulvaney is singing, "My name is Eloise and I am 6." There's another one where Dylan Mulvaney is shopping for Barbie dolls. These are clearly things aimed at teenagers.
Yes, and do any of those videos have Bud Light in them? They don't.
Even children younger than teenagers, which violates the rules. And so we're calling on the Beer Institute to investigate the degree to which Anheuser-Busch knowingly was marketing to children in going down this road.
Senator, you never stop. Senator Ted Cruz, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
You never stop. You never stop with the bullshit. You never stop wasting taxpayers' money on ridiculous stuff, Ted Cruz. Definitely. Just conservatives, once again, if a private company does anything they don't like, they will threaten you to abuse their government power to punish you. Man, I remember just a few years back, conservatives were exactly the opposite of this. You're supposed to stay out of private business. You're supposed to let them do whatever they want to do. Not threaten them over it, but it's a total different ball game now. They've gone crazy. It's the new MAGA Republican Party. This is not your granddad's Republicans. And all right, that is my woke panic for this week. What you think dirty sex is? Can't stop, won't stop hating. Yep. That's all they do. Jesus fucking Christ, I know. Go cry about it. I wish they would. Aren't teen drinking rates going down? Probably. That'd be my guess. Bud Light has got heavy. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. And all right, folks. Last chance to get your super chats in before the break. But now, we're going to do some heroes.
For a while, I felt like
just for one day. Hell yeah, today's the day, folks. And you guys know who Idubbbz is? I did not. I am not a big fan of the internet, YouTube, celebrity culture. I just think it's lowbrow and not a fan. But apparently Idubbbz was one of these very popular YouTube channels who had edgy videos and apparently some stuff that was kind of bullying, some stuff that was transphobic, some stuff that was kind of anti-gay, making fun of people that he now feels bad about making fun of, punching down and whatnot. And apparently he got a giant fan base of cretins. The lowest common denominator, that's who flocks to these type of videos. And he's a little older now and he's maturing. And he's decided he has made a mistake. He has decided that a large portion of his fan base, he has embarrassed of. And holy shit, I have no idea if this guy knows who I am or not. He probably doesn't. But everything he says in this video is almost like he is channeling my voice. It was very strange. These are exactly the same things, almost word for word, I've said before. And I'm probably going to play this whole video during the after party, which is available to patrons only, and also the Dust Buddies. Be sure to tune into that tonight. Right after the show, going to play this at after party. But I'll play a short clip of this video from you guys. And man, this is how it's done. When you want to have a redemption arc, when you want to make amends for your wrongdoings, this is how you do an apology video, folks. This is not one of those apology videos that's like, I'm sorry if you were offended. No, this is how you take responsibility. This is how you do it right. Big ups to Idubbbz for this one.
For a while, I felt like if I changed my content over time, that people would see that as a reflection of who I am and what I value. But I'm starting to realize that that is a very weak and passive way to, run my channel and live my life. So I think it's, if I'm going to have the balls to go to Tana's fan meetup and say slurs at her and then make a video about how it's okay to say slurs, I think I should have the balls to make an apology video and take accountability for the mistakes I've made. So that's what this video is. I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity. I am responsible for creating a lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel. And I've also created a culture of apathy and, I don't know, a lot of cruelty as well. Some of the videos I've made have been very, not edgy. I don't think they some of these videos were edgy. I think they were just outright cruel. So I don't want people to, get it confused about, where I stand. I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it. The content I'm talking about specifically.
So I'll probably get, this is like a 11-minute video. I'm going to play the whole thing probably. We'll see if I have enough time. But in the after party, big ups to you, Idubbbz. Everything you said here, I fully agree with, and I feel you. And you might take shit from this. You are taking shit from this. I'm about to show you some of the shit he's taking for this. But know that you're doing the right thing, and hopefully that's like an umbrella to protect you a little bit from the shit storm that you're receiving. But what are the dudes giving him shit for it? Boogie, remember Boogie, the piece of trash gaming streamer, always been garbage. Boogie says, y'all think the beating Jordy gave me was bad? Check out the beating Idubbbz is giving his career. Yeah, he's destroying his career by being honest, by trying to make amends for what he's doing. And yep. Then he's retweeting, famous for saying N-word faggot, donates the proceeds of the most affected by his rhetoric. It's a black trans charity, N-word. Yeah, he's trying to make amends for it. Yes, we were trying to make amends for it. Giving money to charities to help the people that you hurt is a great way. But of course, going to try to belittle him for improving. See, you were bad before. You can never redeem yourself. But bullshit, if you guys watch this show, you know one of the main things I preach is redemption. Redemption is for everyone. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've done. You can be redeemed. You just have to work for it. And if you work for it, hell yeah. Boogie goes on to say, watching this video, I feel so bad for this guy. He has lost all his self-confidence. He seemed very confident to me. He seems like he did a lot of introspection, and he realized what he's done wrong in the past, and he wants to do better. That kind of thing will give you a lot of confidence. He has lost all his self-respect. He seems like he has a lot of self-respect to me. It feels like he's gained his self-respect. It feels like he didn't respect himself very much before, and now he's doing a lot of looking inside himself and finding it within himself if you watch it. He is losing his audience. Who gives a fucking shit about that? I'm still losing 200 subscribers every month. I have not had a single month of positive growth in this channel in 7 years. Not one in 7 years. Have I changed? Have I gone back to being a fucking chud? Have I gone back to making edgy videos for the sake of being edgy? Hell no, because who gives a shit about that? I sleep so well at night. That's what's really important. And plus, the new audience I have is amazing. I love you guys. So I'm proud. For the first time in doing this, I'm so proud of my audience. And that's worth way more than having a giant fucking audience. I wish I had both. I should have both. But that's beside the point. He's losing his career. No, he's not. He's doing fine. I walked a similar path and I hated the results. I hope he gets better. You didn't walk a fucking similar path. You never did any introspection in your whole goddamn life, Bookie. You're garbage. You're a garbage fucking human being. You have no morals. You have no integrity. Just trash. And couple big wins for Democrats this week, and you love to see it. The Republican Party is falling apart. We are dismantling it. We're not actually dismantling it. They're dismantling it themselves. They're killing their own party, folks. First off, breaking in another major loss for Republicans, the Democratic-aligned independent candidate Yemi Moblid has defeated Republican Wayne Williams in the Colorado Springs mayoral runoff. This is the second biggest flip away from the Republicans' party tonight. Donald Trump won this county by 16 points in 2016. Colorado Springs has not had a non-Republican mayor since 1997, folks. 25 years, no non-Republicans, and now flipped it. The culture war is not working. The saying the word woke 5 million times, the scapegoating trans people for everything. Well, you don't have any plans, don't have any policies, don't have any positions that are going to progress our society in any way. It's not a winning political strategy, you fucking idiots. So please continue to do it. I love you, conservatives. And Donald Deegan has been elected mayor of Jacksonville, Florida, defeating a DeSantis-endorsed Republican and becoming only the second Democrat to win the mayor's race in 30 years. Yep. Feed it right into my veins. More of this is coming, conservatives. Learn to fucking love it. Keep supporting Crowder. Keep supporting Tim Pool. Keep electing Ted Cruz. Choose Donald Trump as your candidate. Please, I beg you. Please continue to do exactly what you're fucking doing. You're the MVP for our side. And then a big shout out to the owner of this ice cream parlor. This is how you do it, folks. This went viral. 102,000 upvotes on Reddit was spread. Millions of people saw this all over the place. This is how you do a public protest. This is how you get your message out there to people. They just posted a sign in their store window to bring awareness to this problem. The sign says, "No Chase Bank. We do not accept checks from Chase Bank. Chase Bank canceled my business checking account and credit card for no reason and without any warning. This caused me and my employees grave harm. It caused us to bounce countless checks and ACH payments. Hard to believe, I know, yes, but it happened on purpose in Plano, Texas. The result was thousands of dollars lost in fees and bank charges by Henry's Ice Cream. Shame on you, Chase Bank. Picking on a small business in a pandemic economy, bullying a small business is not the answer to your problems. I called and emailed you more than 32 times to resolve what you did. Still no answer. Well, all my customers will know what you did. They will not speak favorably about Chase Bank. I hope this story makes national news because I have great documentation. Drop Chase Bank. This notice is okay to share. And they did. You genius. They shared it everywhere. I bet you got their attention. Wouldn't doubt that they got this situation solved. Great example for how to handle these banks. And then, folks, Walter Masterson making me feel joy and happiness for the next generation. Everybody's like, oh my God, the next generation is destroying society. No, they're fucking not. The next generation makes me have feelings of positivity about the future because they're so much more politically engaged, so much more intelligent, so much more well-spoken than the past few generations, in my opinion. So here is Walter Masterson doing his conservative shtick, and he's sort of trolling them, but he's trolling them like in a fun way because he knows they're going to push back against them, which is the whole point. And watch how eloquently this young lady pleads her case.
So let me ask you a question. Who here has an iPhone?
Got him!
Have iPhones. The radical left loses again.
I totally get that you're trying to make people feel bad about their individual actions, and I do think there's a lot of individual responsibility with climate change. What we need to be focusing on is empowering individuals to then mobilize communities and enact systematic reform and policies. I don't think shame is a motivator for saying, oh, you can't have an iPhone, oh, you need to be vegan or vegetarian. Whatever individual action empowers you to feel more sustainable and help the earth, that's amazing. Do that. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, and then use that to form empowered communities that are going to enact sustainable and empowering and important legislation and policy that we need currently. In general, shaming people in the climate movement, whether they have an iPhone or what they're eating or what they're doing, is kind of a no-go, and it's not super cool.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah, love it.
Who here?
Fuck yes. You go, girl. Run for office as soon as you are of age. I'd love to see it. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Did she stutter? Not that I heard. Brilliant. Love it. And that is my hero section. Hell yeah. And folks, eBay time. Hey, I have a Patreon. Yeah, Patreon works. It's where you donate a couple dollars, and then in exchange, you get exclusive content that I make for my patrons. And every show I do a separate show for patrons only. It's called The After Party with Dusty Smith, and there's already like dozens of episodes that you can watch right now. So if you love the show and you want to see more of it, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I need your help. We're running an animal sanctuary here, and also I got bills to pay, y'all. If you like what I do, please support it, and you get lots of good stuff, lots of cool stuff. You get to hang out with the more exclusive, smaller group, the heroes. So help me out if you can. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. Link in the description of this video. Still plenty of time to sign up right now so you can have access to the after party coming up directly after this program. But we still got plenty of program to go, folks. Don't check out yet. We're only at halftime. We'll still have another at least hour plus of show to go. So don't go anywhere. And let's read the super chats. Royal Lee, $10. Thank you, Royal. Appreciate you. The one stuff, $10. You're also awesome. $9.99 from Little Eye 3D saying hello, Dusty. Hello to you, Little Eye. And sending some love and fun your way on my birthday. Happy birthday, hell yeah. May everyone have a fantastic night. Hey, baby, you have a fantastic night. Kill it, dude. Justin Joseph, $9.99. While I don't think FTG is necessarily the kind of person who would burn a cross on a black family's lawn, if she saw one burning, she'd probably try to toast a marshmallow on it. She would just deny that they did it and blame Antifa for it. There would be no responsibility. That's the horror of what they do. Vitrovan, $20, very generous. Thank you, Vitrovan. Hey, Dusty, please watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners. All right, is that a cartoon? It's an awesome show that you can binge watch in the afternoon, so no excuses. Keep the kiddies fat and sassy. I will do it. Thank you, Hero Adventure. E, what is up, E? Finally get a night to myself to watch Dusty. Been a while. Love me some fucking E. E came to visit not too long ago. We had a blast, man. I haven't had that much fun in a while. Looking forward to hanging out with E again. Keeper 1972. Hey, Dusty, on a music stream with other musicians. If I don't catch you tonight, I'll watch you on the replay. Hope you're well. Hell yeah. I got some new music. I worked on it last night. Gonna think about releasing an album, y'all. We'll see what happens. I love the fuck out of you. I love the fuck out of you, the one stuff. You are so pretty. Prettiest person I ever seen, even though I hadn't seen you. Still. Jason Ashby. Trash collector is a more dangerous job than a cop. True story. Thank you guys for your service. Love me some trash collectors. Urban Mouse, $10. Republicans are just really catering to the elderly or boomers at this point. Yeah, that's a great political strategy. Not to be ageist, but who else takes them seriously at this point if not to grift them? Yeah, poor old folks getting grifted to fuck. And Ray Fuller, $49.99. That is very generous. Hell to the yeah. Amazing human being. Thank you, Ray Fuller. Your generosity means a lot to me, dude. Hero Basset Hound, $20. Dear Dusty, please give $1 for this generous contribution to the Buy Charlie Kirk a New Head Foundation. I wish we could drain that watermelon head. Maybe it would shrink a little bit and fix his small ass face, but don't there's a surgery for that. Thank you, Basset Hound, generous. $10 from Samuel. So CNN got unwoke and now they're going pro. Yep. Hoisted by their own petard, you let us see it. And everybody show E some love. The greatest human being to ever live. E, $100, always so generous, man. E always fucking hooks me up. Thank you, E. Love you, dude. Big Black Corvette. I am deeply saddened that Laura, the Nazi sympathizer, got fired. I know, we're all broken up over it. Who will give us our daily dose of racism and bigotry? Shoot. They have like a black guy on there now being racist towards black people all the time. So, yep. That's what you had to look forward to. Urban Mouse $10. We cannot let these people unalign themselves from MAGA, anti-masking, anti-vaccine, etc. in 10 years. When life moves on from now, want to date my daughter? Who'd your parents vote for in 2020? That's fine. If they want to change, like I said, redemption is for everybody as long as they're willing to make amends for the shit they've done wrong. I have no problem with it. Fruit Bats, $5. Florida is gerrymandered. Yes, it is. As fuck. DeSantis redistricted so many maps before the re-election to ensure the win. He eliminated 2 black majority districts. Yep. That's what they do. That's to cheat to win. Only way they can get in office. Basset Hound, $10. It's true, Dusty. Me and my dogs are acting like we are illegals at the border. My dogs are also the current president. I know, right? Just trying to show people how much socialism is destroying the world by pretending to be illegals. Just don't think about it. And hell yeah, Jenna Uzi gets the 10 Cult of Dusty Show memberships. For you guys that want to become Cult of Dusty members, it's $2.99 a month. There's a button over here you click on. It gives customized emojis to spend the chat with. Cool stuff like Bing Bong and Fuck Your God and Overtime. All of it. You also get a cool Trans Rights Power Fist. So join. We need like 20 more, and I get a new emoji kind to add. And helping us out is Hero with your socialism. Jenna Nuzzy, thank you, King. Bravo, $777, $5. The best show anywhere. You ain't never lie. I can only sleep when Dusty is around to be the voice of reason. I do have a sexy, sultry voice that'll just whisper you right to sleep. Shh, go to sleep. Please pet the kitty. Hell yeah. Your wish is my command. Little pretty boy in the back, beautifying our show for us. Thank you, pretty boy. And $55, hell yeah. Amy Walden, that is very generous. I appreciate you. I'm going to give him another pet just for you, Amy. You're amazing. $5. Would it have been wrong to defend myself and kick Clay Higgins? Yeah, I wouldn't kick him. He already made an ass enough of himself. Just let him do it. The Stern Dragoon, $10. I would like to purchase 1 commercial unit of Dusty's Love, please, sir. You are love, Stern Dragoon. You are immortal and will live forever. And $50. What? From Stackham619. Hell yeah, you're amazing. How could I be amazing when you're amazing, you generous son of a biatch? And I mean that with love, Stackham. Urban Mouse, Gen Z is going to be just fine. Hell yeah, our job is to avoid boomer catastrophe enough to hand them the baton. Yeah, hopefully we want to destroy the earth before they get a chance to take the reins. Thank you, Urban Mass. Lizzie Bennett, another great show, Dusty. It's Girls Night Out. It's late as night, and the feeling's right. So I can't watch it live. We'll watch the patron show. All right. You are forgiven. Have fun. Kim Van Zant, $20. Thank you, Kim. You are cool in every way possible. Jenna Uzi, another 10 gifts. Hell yeah. Love the socialism for you, Hero. You rock. And there's another one, but I can't see it because the cat is in the way. God damn it, cat. All right. I see it's Dusty memberships, but I can't see who it is. So I'm going to read that at the end of the show. I promise I won't forget you, you hero, whoever that is. It's Jason Ashby. Jason Ashby, I see it. Yes. Baby Yoda, could you move? Move, please. Move. Hey, she did it. I can't believe it. 5. Get the subs from Jason Ashby. Hell yeah. Hero Jason Ashby, I appreciate you and I love you. You're the man. And all right, folks. Gonna read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show, so still plenty of time to immortalize yourself for all of time. When in 1,000 years, when the robots are watching this show, they're gonna be like, "Hey, that human lived," and you know that you want the robots to remember you. So get your super chats in, folks. Let me adjust my underarm paper towels. I am disgusting. I sweat a lot, and speaking of people who sweat a lot, Karen's be sweating, yo. And I got some comeuppance to do. I got some crow to eat a little bit. We'll see what you guys think about this. Anyway, I might discontinue the Karen segment, folks. I know. It might be time to discontinue. This might be the last one. I don't know. So for perhaps the last time ever, let's play the Karen theme song. That's not it. Here it is.
It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less.
It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause bitch, you're caring too much. So on the after party last night, I showed this video of this evil Karen using her crocodile tears to put this black dude in jeopardy. This is what Karens do. They pretend they're being assaulted violently, hope for somebody to call the cops. And we know that cops have a tendency to mistreat black folks, sometimes kill them. And no, Karen, this is exactly what the Karen moniker was chosen for, to call you guys out and shame this behavior. So I played the video last night. I'm going to play it for you guys before I tell you the follow-up to it. So let's watch it together. Anyway, so the gist of it is there's this bike rental. And she walks up to the bike rental, and the guy claims that he has rented the bike, and she appears to try to be taking it from him. And then she appears to try to fake being in more distress than she is. She sheds some crocodile tears and screams for help before giving up and just moving on to the next bike. Let's have a look.
No, record him.
Help me! Please help me!
This is not your bike.
Please help me!
This is not your bike. It's not your bike.
Please help me! Help! Please get off me!
Hey, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Please get off me!
Yo, don't not take it, bro. Now you're not getting the bike, bro. Hey, now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Help!
You're not getting
Get
the
off
bike.
me,
I'm
dude.
not.
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you?
You're not
Don't touch his phone. You're not touching his phone.
I'm not touching you. You putting your stomach on my hand.
No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down.
Please help me!
She's just crying.
You're not crying. I got your video. Wait, you pulled it out? Hey, Hassan, you pulled it out? Hassan, you pulled it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You are active.
I don't give a fuck.
This is my bike. Crying. He's fake crying. Stop fake crying.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me.
Why don't you take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will.
Exactly. So take it.
Out of here.
So take it.
You're stupid ass. Fuck out of here. Dumbass. Your baby gonna come out with
Wait, how you stop crying? Not a tear came down, miss. Not a tear came down.
So, looks like your typical Karen, right? She's trying to take this black dude's bike, and she's faking crying and whatnot. So now there's another story, apparently. So her side of it, she has a lawyer and whatnot. She claims she has the receipts. She had rented the bike, and then she walked up, and the guy grabbed the bike, and he basically shoved it back in there, which locked it again. But she already had pulled it out and was getting ready to take it because she had rented it. And she has the receipts that prove, apparently, that she is the one that rented it. I guess somebody in the chat said that she only rented it for 1 minute. But I think the reason that might be is because she tried to get it and the guy pushed it back in the lock, which reset it and whatever. But at the same time, she does appear to sort of be fake crying. And I wouldn't have handled it this way. Even if I rented the bike and had the receipts and somebody grabbed it, I'd be like, yeah, I rented that bike. Here's the receipt for it. And if they were wouldn't give it to me, I'd be like, all right, well, I'll just cancel it and move on with my life. I'm not arguing with you. I might film you and put you on the internet, but it's not any reason to be upset. But apparently, they claim that she had just done a 12-hour shift as a nurse, and she was all tired. She's pregnant coming out there, and she thought these black kids were harassing her. That is her story. Like I said, you guys had to make up your own mind about this Karen situation. It's possible I was wrong. So here she is. She has the receipts. Bike Karen was right. After all, she has shown the proof she paid for it. And there's the serial number of the bike. And here is her serial number proving that she did, in fact, rent the bike. So it seems like her version of the story is sort of proven, even though I don't think she handled the situation correctly. It seems like she did rent it and pull it out, and the guy shoved it back in there, which reset it and everything. But if you read the Twitter feed, everybody's like, see, we jumped to conclusions. We all jumped to conclusions. We have to be better about this and not jump to so many conclusions. But one person who's not willing to admit they were wrong about this story is Tizzy Entertainment, who we get a lot of these Karen stories from. And he basically is doubling down on it. Now, I don't know if I agree with him about this. I do think that she didn't act correctly. She didn't act the way I would have behaved. But I do think that the one-sided narrative that was spread to make her look bad probably wasn't correct. It wasn't the most charitable interpretation of what happened here, but Tizzy ain't having it. So let's see if you guys agree with Tizzy on this. I sort of a little bit disagree with what Tizzy says. Let's see what you guys think. Here's Tizzy's take on it.
Please help me, help! So the New York Post did an article on this situation, and there were a couple of people who were very...
All right, I just got to point out, Tizzy got new hair. Tizzy dyed his hair, got a more Chad cut. Looking good, Tizzy. I don't know, does it look good or look worse? I think I like the white hair better. I can't talk though, right? No dyeing your hair, Tizzy. I cannot abide by somebody who has white hair dyeing it. That's just wrong.
Very excited to send it to me because New York City Hospital Karen paid for a city bike at center of viral video with black man. You know, they sent it with messages like misinformation, and you didn't know the whole story, and you see proof. Some of y'all, it's very clear. Don't read beyond clickbaity titles. Because I read this article. And let's discuss what's in it. So it tells us that she's retained an attorney, and that attorney allegedly provided receipts to the New York Post proving that she had paid for the bike. Only here's the thing. I'm certain that those receipts have timestamps on them. You know what doesn't have a timestamp on it? The video itself. Like, how do we know?
See, I don't like this argument he's making because the bike has a serial number on it, which you saw, and her receipt has a serial number on it. I doubt very seriously she went out later on and found the exact same bike and re-rendered it just to have a receipt of it. That seems too far-fetched to me, too conspiratorial. It's more likely that she's telling the truth and that is the bike that she rented. So I kind of disagree with him a little bit here.
That those receipts exactly coincide with this situation as it happened. See, the story was she paid for it on the app, and then she went and pulled the bike out of the rack, and then 5 men appeared out of nowhere, and one of them grabbed the bike, pushing it back into the rack so it locked. And then I
mean, that sort of seems like what happened. That sort of seems like the truth to me. It rings true.
Claiming he paid for the bike. And she's saying she paid for the bike, not him. We don't have evidence that either one of them are absolutely the purchaser of the bike.
I mean, she does have a receipt with the same serial number as the bike on it. That's pretty good proof, Tizzy.
All we have is a video, and I see a bunch of things in that video. You know what I don't see in that video, however? I don't see her ever claim she paid for the bike.
Well, yeah, but we don't see the entire video. There's a beginning to what happened that wasn't released on video, and she could have said it in there. So, yeah, you got to be careful not taking things out of context a little bit.
Like, if I buy something and I go to grab it and someone else grabs it and says they paid for it, my response is, no, I paid for it. And we probably go back and forth about that. That man claims 8 to 10 times in the video that he paid for it, it's on his account. And all she ever says is, help, help.
Yeah, but we don't know what happened for the video.
I mean, she has no problem informing him that she's pregnant. My fetus, you're touching my fetus. But never does she say, I paid for this bike.
You don't know that.
Not even when other people come around.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Wouldn't she go, I paid for this bike?
But you don't know if
here's the app.
Yeah, but
on the app, it should say like a serial number,
it does.
Right? Assigned to the bike that she unlocked.
It literally says that.
Wouldn't it be easy to go 2497, 2497?
Yep.
I paid for this bike. But
No
she doesn't do that. Instead, she goes.
She didn't do that though. She was
until the fake tears don't work.
That's true.
And then she goes, whatever.
I agree with that.
Take it and walks away. And then the article answers this question. There's a second receipt where she rented her next bike. So there was other bikes available, despite that show she put on.
Right.
Math of her story just isn't mathing for me. Funny enough, those same people.
It maths for me pretty good. I mean, if you rented a bike, somebody came up and like relocked it and was trying to take it, I wouldn't have behaved like she did, but I don't know if I'd immediately move on to the next bike and just let somebody be a dickhead to me about it without saying anything.
None of them sent me this article that states New York hospitals have put her on leave. I think maybe her math ain't mathing for them either.
And that's also a bad argument. Just because they put her on leave doesn't mean she did anything wrong. It means that there was social outcry, like always happens with the name and shame, like we do. And sometimes it's misplaced. And yeah, they might have put her on leave while they investigated to make sure they didn't have a racist Karen in their midst, but that's not necessarily indicative that she did anything wrong. So that's also a bad argument. So I don't know, Tizzy, not nailing this one in my opinion, but maybe he's right, I'm wrong. It is also possible. I have known to be wrong once in my life. That was a terrible day. And then one more on the Karen section. And instant karma, folks. You love to see it. So this guy just can't help being racist. Now, I don't know why he's being racist, folks. There's no excuse for it. I'm not making an excuse for it. But like I said, I don't know what happened before the video started, what set him off. But regardless of what it is, he went from 0 to 100 immediately with his racism. And let's see how that worked out for him. This is in Oakland, California. Yeah, there's about $15,000 of damage. Just did about $15,000 of damage on your Jeep because you wanted to be racist. Bad life decisions. Probably going to lose your job, so it's going to be hard to pay for that. Instant karma. Glad to see it. And that is this week's Karen section. What do you think about that, DSPs? Yep, karma. What we got to say. 38-year-old looks like Trump. Yeah. He could have used it for free. I mean, she could have just canceled it, right? Tizzy wrong here? Yeah, I thought Tizzy was a little wrong, but you agree with Tizzy? All right, that's fair too. I'm okay with that. Dusty is angering the trolls. Love it. I do it all the time. That's what I'm here for. 30-year-old cloud chasing virtual gay man. I'm 48, so I appreciate you thinking I'm 38. That's nice of you, but I am way older than that. Ha ha! You turned an insult into a compliment. I love it when that happens. And now, folks, we only have like one religious bullshit this week, but let's play the theme song anyway. Oop, 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 religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious fucking bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Everybody sing, it's time for religious bullshit. Now, folks, only one religious bullshit this week, and I'm trying to be nicer, okay? I kind of feel what Idubbbz said earlier about how you don't want to like just put out a lot of negativity and hurt people's feelings and whatnot. So I'm going to try to be as nice as I can with this next one. So, okay. One of my fellow Southerners around here found one of my videos from 8 years ago. And they are timely, if nothing else. They have decided to do a response video to a atheist video I made 8 years ago, and I'm going to try to be as nice as I possibly can to this person, even though they're going to make it extremely, extremely hard for me to do so. So, in my defense, they literally came to my Twitter feed and posted this to me so I would see it. I would not have even known this existed if they didn't bring it to me. So, here's the attention you ordered. So the video, the de-evolution of Josh Fierstein, which is from 8 years ago, and hard to believe, 350,000 votes. Now, before I play this, I want to say this video is cringe. I cannot believe I used to be so popular doing this style where I just screamed at the camera like a moron. 1 million views, of course that gets 1 million views. Anyway, this gentleman, my fellow Southerner, has decided he wants to mock me for it. Let's see how that goes for him.
Okay, we're about to watch an atheist dodge the question, dodge the viewpoint, dodge the topic to make it seem like his shit is true. This is Cult of Dusty. Listen to this shit.
First off, you said to ask any science, and no scientist will be able to tell you that an organism has gained genetic information. But you know what? If you Google percentage of scientists who believe in evolution, it's 99.9 goddamn % of stop them.
Yeah, the whole point of this is the whole basis of evolution is that organisms can gain genetic information. This happens through the process of mutations. It's why 99% of scientists believe in evolution. This is observed science, you know. It's not a hypothesis, it's a theory. It's a set of facts and their relations to each other. We know this happens. That was my whole point. We know that organisms gain genetic information through mutations, which is what the theory of evolution teaches. I screamed it. It's stupid. It's cringe, but I am correct here. Anyway, I'm about to get owned, I guess. Please continue, good sir.
Hey, that's not the same. Hey, asking all those scientists about that believe in evolution, can an organism gain genetic information, bitch? That's
dude, like, you're not that well spoken. You might not want to be insulting me with names like that when you can't even spit out a sentence.
No, that's not what you're refuting his claim with a total different straw man, whatever. He said, ask any scientist, and they'll tell you an organism cannot gain genetic information. So you Google it, and what does it say? 99.999% of scientists believe in evolutions. It does not say 99.999% believe an organism can gain information. So come on, quit.
That's literally what the theory of evolution teaches. So, I mean, obviously this guy has some issues, I'll just say. So I'm going to try to be kind here. I mean, at least he didn't like spit on me or anything.
Strawman him, bitch.
Oh, okay. That happened. Wow. All right. Oh my God. Is this real life right now? Okay. I'm just gonna be trying to be as kind as I can and just say, yikes! Holy shit, dude! Double yikes! All of the yikes. And so yes, like if you would have just Googled it, can an organism gain genetic information? The answer is yeah. That's part of the evolutionary process that takes place through mutations. It's quite a well understood scientific theory, so you might want to look into that. Try to be kind. All right, that is my religious bullshit. What is the kindest thing you think you could say about that? You should have probably ignored it. Why? It's a great teachable moment, folks. We can't pick this dude too hard. That's just me, and I feel sorry for the guy. Yes, me too. I mean, hopefully that gentleman will like educate himself better and research things a little better. And I know it's not his fault. He's been brainwashed since he was born, in very much the same way I was. You know, they tell you that you are broken and that you are sinful and that you are wrong and that you deserve to be tortured forever and ever and ever. They terrorize your mind with the most horrible thing that the imagination could come up with, everlasting torture. And the only way you can overcome the possibility of being tortured forever is to believe in the cult ideology that is bred into you since birth. And so, much like me, I don't think that gentleman stood much of a chance, right? But like, you are of the age where you can research this stuff for yourself. You can be more knowledgeable about it. And you don't have to embarrass yourself, because that is embarrassing what you did, and like not the best. But I still wish nothing but the best for you, and I hope that you find what you're looking for, I guess, because that ain't it, dude. And all right, why are you making me work, chat? Not too high for the slurs. Ban them all. Let God sort them out. And all right, move right along. A little something I like to call He Shall Be Elon. Time for my Elon Musk bullshit this week, and another week of embarrassment for Elon Musk. First off, he going public claiming that Bellingcat is a psyop that works for the CIA or something. No evidence whatsoever, basically, folks. See, Bellingcat is a independent journalism, right? They actually do good work. And Elon is specifically only mad at Bellingcat because they're the ones that broke the story about the Allen, Texas shooter being a white supremacist. He was covered in swastikas and SS tattoos, right? He left the manifesto behind. We know that he was a white supremacist, but Elon Musk is himself a white supremacist. He loves spreading right-wing ideology, white supremacist talking points all day long, but like all conservatives, he doesn't want to have to take responsibility for anything he says or does. So instead, what they do is they just pretend that it doesn't exist. There's no white supremacy in this country, at least not enough of it. These people that are clearly white supremacists that are literally draped in swastika tattoos aren't actually white supremacists. That way he doesn't have to take responsibility for the fact that he is inspiring these people. He is signal boosting for white supremacists. He is part of the problem. It's like them telling us January 6th was Antifa instead of Trump supporters. They just deny reality. Now, does Elon Musk believe this? No, of course not. He knows this guy was a white supremacist. He just doesn't give a shit, right? He spreads misinformation on purpose. So that's the only reason he's attacking Bellingcat. So when Aaron Mate says Bellingcat is a NATO state psyop, as their own state partners admit, no, nobody admitted that. That's all bullshit. No kidding, says Elon Musk. And Elliot Higgins says, so when this first became public, I was obviously appalled as it doesn't represent Bellingcat accurately. So I asked for the basis of this claim. I was told a third-party organization who put together this report based it on a Sputnik article and a claim by a Russian journalist. So it's just more Russian disinfo, but like they don't care what they signal boost and spread because they don't actually care about the truth. They don't care if this is true or not. He just wants to discredit the Bellingcat because he wants people to believe that white supremacy is not actually a problem, so he can continue spreading right-wing and white nationalist talking points, right? It's very clear, very obvious, very easy to see through Elon Musk. And the journalist who broke the story went public and explained this on MSNBC. Let's have a look.
This is sort of what Bellingcat has become known for, using what you call, open source intelligence, which is basically using all the information that's on the internet to track people down. And that's what you did with the shooter in Allen, Texas. Tell us what you found and how you found his profile.
Yeah, so this is originally a New York Times report that came out a couple weeks ago. And it mentioned the second paragraph of this report that Texas investigators found that he had a profile on the Klasniki, which is Musk called it an obscure Russian site no one had ever heard of. Well, it's the second biggest Russian social media site with tens and tens of millions of users. It means classmates.ru in Russian. So it's like classmates.com but Russian.
Their version of Facebook.
And it said on the New York Times report that he had his his date of birth on there. So I just typed in, Mauricio Garcia, the name of the shooter, date of birth. I found it like third result on Google. I've used on the Klasniki before for my work because we do a lot of work with Russian war crimes and human rights violations, things like that. So I spent a lot of time, unfortunately, on this Russian social media site. I search with these parameters because you can search by date of birth, nationality, all that. And the third result was some guy with a little cartoon smiley with a Hitler mustache. And so that was a pretty good indicator that it was him, that it's turned out.
And this is where you found.
So does this guy look like a psyop? Does he seem like some kind of CIA agent that is specifically spreading misinformation about white supremacy to make the right look bad? Of course not, right? No offense to this guy, but he's kind of like a little, I don't want to say dweeb. He seems like a cool guy, but he's just kind of a little guy, like a nerd. I mean that in the nicest possible way. I'm a nerd too. A little nerd, like just searching the internet to find information, right? But of course, Elon got to discredit this guy.
On the tattoos, where he had a cartoon where he talked about his own Latino heritage and saying that you had to choose between, basically being friendly with African Americans or being a white supremacist. I mean, he talked about a story about it. He kept saying Hail Hitler to a teacher who got more and more upset. Like this was like, it seems like a pretty dyed-in-the-wool, radicalized Nazi.
Yeah, I mean, I do this for a living, and I look at a lot of digital footprints and online profiles, and usually there's a lot of gray area, right? You can't exactly know what people are thinking because you can't be a mind reader. But this is kind of by far the most open and shut case I've ever seen. Like the guy posted his personal diary with 100 handwritten pages he scanned. He wrote these long posts, signed up Hail Hitler, as you said. I mean, he posts memes with exactly his thought process. I mean, there was a lot of really chilling stuff in there too. I mean, he posted maps of the shooting, the mall where he did the shooting a couple weeks before the shooting. He just laid everything out there for everyone to see.
So I want you to respond to the world's richest man and the owner of Twitter basically saying this is a fabricated psyop that you invented.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's not. I mean, I didn't even find this first. The Texas police found it, and then it got leaked to the New York Times, and then I kind of put the clues together to find it. He just, didn't like that we posted it, I guess. But I mean, Musk is just getting garbage information because he's just entirely kind of flooded in this like far right, info space with, people from, Glenn Greenwald and all these types who are kind of putting this kind of stuff out there. So he's just getting, garbage in, garbage out, kind of is how his thought process goes. I don't think he actually understands this all this well.
The reason we're listening to this kid about this because he's the one that broke the story. He's the one that made it popular on Twitter, and he's the one that Elon Musk attacked and called him basically a CIA agent and a psyop. So that's why we're covering this. So then, Elon did a disastrous interview, right? Where he once again pretended like the guy wasn't a white supremacist. The guy covered in Nazi tattoos, SS, lightning bolts, still going to go public and pretend like this guy wasn't a white supremacist. And this is so frustrating to watch. I don't know who this journalist is, and I use that in air quotes, because this is the worst reporter I've ever seen. Elon must have handpicked him. Because not even the most basic, childlike of follow-up questions to anything Elon Musk says. Just let him spout lies, ridiculous lies with nothing. It's so insane. But anyway, here he is.
But I mean, when you link to somebody who's talking about the guy who killed children in a mall in Allen, Texas, and you say something like it might be a bad psyop, I'm not quite sure what you meant, but.
Oh, in that particular case, there was somehow that's not that that.
God damn it! Spit it out, Porky Pig! What the fuck? This guy could not even string a goddamn sentence together. It's crazy. How is this guy supposed to be the smartest person on the planet?
Obviously, people were killed, but it was, I think, incorrectly ascribed to be a white supremacist action.
He was literally covered in Nazi tattoos, dude. What the fuck?
And the evidence for that was some obscure Russian website that no one's ever heard of that had no followers.
Not an obscure Russian website. The second most popular social media site in all of Russia. Basically, their version of Facebook, dude. Why the shit are you lying? The reason he used that website is because they allow anything on there without any censorship. And the guy was nothing but pro-Hitler and violence. That's obviously why he used it. Just, holy shit, he's so dishonest.
And the company that found this is Bellingcat.
Right.
And do you know what Bellingcat does? Psyops.
No,
right.
That is not what they do. You're literally just lying and making that up. That little guy that we just saw is not some kind of master or propagandist psyop, dude.
I couldn't really even follow exactly what it was you were trying to express there, so that's in part why I was curious.
I'm saying
no follow-up. He's like, oh, okay, that makes perfect sense. No follow-up. We're like, hey, the guy was covered in Nazi tattoos. What are you talking about, Elon Musk? Nothing whatsoever. Just goddamn, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, I thought the ascribing it to white supremacy was bullshit.
Okay.
And that the information for that came from an obscure Russian website and was somehow magically found by Bellingcat, which is a company that does psyops.
It wasn't magically found. It was first found by the police, and then it was leaked to Bellingcat, who went and did some research and discovered what the site was.
And there's no proof, by the way, that he was not.
There's no. I would say that there's no proof that he is.
It was literally covered in Nazi tattoos. Had a whole website with his manifesto explaining specifically why he did what he did, folks. This is the world we're living in. You can literally have a swastika tattooed on you and SS lightning bolts and have a whole website where you take pictures of the mall you fucking shot up and have a whole manifesto explaining exactly why you're a white supremacist and gonna murder people, and still they will deny it. They will deny the reality we all fucking live in, and they will do it to journalists who won't ask them a single fucking follow-up question. It's just, oh man, I want to yell, but I won't.
And that's a debate you want to get into on Twitter?
Yes. Because we should not be ascribing things to white supremacy if it's false.
Okay.
Yeah, he's real concerned about it, folks. I dare we call out white supremacy where it might not exist. And where it came from was Texas police confirm Allen Mall shooter was a neo-Nazi. Clearly he was, covered in swastikas and SS lightning bolts, but no follow-up from the guy whatsoever. And yep, here's a white supremacist mass shooter, Elon Musk and Bellingcat. Elon, Johnny on the spot to protect white supremacy everywhere he can. I wonder why, huh? Curious why Elon would be so concerned about this. And then, folks, of course, after he literally goes and defends a white supremacist by claiming he's not a white supremacist, he backs up Marjorie Trailer Queen and her calls that calling somebody a white supremacist is basically the same as calling somebody the N-word. To which Elon responds, it should not be socially acceptable to call someone or anything supremacist unless there is unequivocal evidence for such a claim. But to you, Elon Musk, even if you're covered in swastika Nazi tattoos and have left incredible records behind, including a manifesto of exactly why you're a Nazi, even that is not enough evidence for you to support the claim of calling somebody a white supremacist. So there is no bar that can be met for you, clearly. You're just full of shit. You want to cover for white supremacy because you, sir, are a white supremacist. And then, holy shit, once again, folks, speaking of how disastrous this interview is, and speaking of how this guy cannot form a goddamn sentence, it's amazing how poor he is as a communicator. And they want to tell me this guy is a genius somehow. Here he is. In real time, his brain seems to shut down as he tries to think of something clever to say. He pauses for such a long time, yet nothing smart comes to his little tiny hamster wheel brain, right? Here he is trying to sound cool by quoting The Princess Bride, but does it very poorly and only makes himself look even dumber. Cringe warning for those susceptible to cringe-induced injuries.
You know, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position because, and I know it because he shares so much of it? Or are there advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, you know, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
Oh my God, say words. Say any words. This is the longest anyone's ever gone without talking ever.
You know, I'm reminded of
yes? Spit it out.
There's a scene in The Princess Bride.
Uh-huh.
Great movie.
Great movie.
It is?
Where he confronts the person who killed his father.
Uh-huh.
And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share what you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Yeah, easy for you to say richest man in the world, and goddamn it, so cringe. He's trying so hard to act like a badass, but you don't come off like a badass. You come off like a guy whose brain is stuck, and you cannot form correct sentences and think of what to say next. It's strange and sad that you are a hero to so many and put on a pedestal as a genius when you clearly fucking are not. I'm in no way a genius, but holy God, I can spit fire for 2 goddamn hours. And yes, I fuck up my words some, but I don't sit there and like a fucking porky pig. And I got like a 10th grade education from Mississippi, Elon. Step your game up, dude. And, oh yeah, and then as cringe as that fucking is, of course, his sycophants always seem to find a way to praise him for it. How do you watch that and not think, holy God, this guy's brain doesn't work very well? This guy's not very clever. He doesn't think very fast on his feet. He can't speak well. How do you watch that and not think that? Well, if you're an Elon Musk sycophant, you're like, I love that Elon really thinks before speaking. So many people just say whatever that comes to their mind first. Yeah, when you're quick, when you're smart, you can just say what's on the tip of your tongue, or whatever you're thinking. You're going to spit that shit out. But if you're fucking slow, and yeah, you have to think about what you're going to say for 10 minutes and stutter all over your fucking words. And then even when you do say it, it doesn't come off nearly as cool as you meant it to, just like Elon Musk did. And then this guy, I got pretty emotional on this one. I don't know why, because you're a fucking moron, because you're a sad excuse for a human being, because you're pathetic in every goddamn possible way. Hope that clears it up to you, Kim Chimbader. And then, yeah, he just spends all his day going tweet. Here he is. 2 black men shoot and kill a 66-year-old white man in New Orleans. And he's like, exclamation point. Let's point out the bad stuff black people do continuously. This is what is that kangaroo? What the fuck's his name? Devin. This is what he used to do. Devin Tracy. Every video was just pointing out the bad things that black people did. Never equal time for like white mass killers, white mass murderers. It was clear that he was just doing one-sided narrative in order to make black people look bad. Then when you ask him about it or call him out for it, he's like, why are you trying to defend rapists? Why do you love rapists? It's just so obviously ridiculous what you're doing. And that one, and then, this one. And an illegal immigrant from Honduras is charged with raping a teenage girl. Exclamation point. Look at all the blacks and brown people doing crimes, everybody. I continuously have to signal boost for this, but I'm not a white supremacist. And, Elon Musk goes full anti-Semite after George Soros dumps Tesla shares. Apparently, billionaire George Soros decided to share his shares of Tesla. And what is it? I want to say X-Bed. That's not it. Anyway, Elon got all pissed off about it. And then it went public and started spreading the anti-Semitic conspiracy theories that Soros is some kind of evil henchman. And he's trying to destroy humanity. Soros reminds me of Magneto, to which Brian Krasenstein, who's also a giant fucking piece of shit, but tries to pretend to be on the left, says, fun fact, Magneto's experience during the Holocaust as a survivor shaped his perspective as well as his depth of and empathy. Soros, also a Holocaust survivor, gets attacked nonstop for his good intentions, which some Americans think are bad merely because they disagree with this. Yes, that's very well put, Brian Cranston. They use him as a scapegoat in order to attack the left and cover for their white supremacist talking points. And Elon says, you assume there are good intentions. They are not. He wants to erode the very fabric of civilization. Soros hates humanity. And that's my Elon Musk imitation, but it's not a very good one because I'm speaking too well to be Elon. If it was Elon, he'd be like, intentions. It's like, what is it? Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. That's who Elon Musk reminds me of. And then, dude's supposed to be a fucking adult, but he never is. Already covered that. And, oh yeah, folks, another genius move by Elon Musk. Apparently the big thing now is people trying to lose Elon money. So he's just added 2-hour videos to anybody that signs up to Twitter Blue. So what people are doing is they're signing up for Twitter Blue and they're posting full-length commercial movies. Like, fuck it, Shrek the Third, trying to not only cost him a lot of money in bandwidth, but also get him in trouble with the copyright. So, bad idea, but super cool. I'd love to see you fight back against the world's second richest man. And then one more, the piece of shit don't fall far from the tree. Like father, like son, Elon's dad, Elon Musk, going public with this bullshit. We are being brainwashed to be told that Ukraine is good and Russia is bad. And yet they have found multiple bioweapons laboratories belonging to the United States in Ukraine. Spoiler alert, they have not. They had a lot of biolabs that were Russian. And then when Russia broke off from the Ukraine, America went in and checked the labs to make sure that they were secure and not going to spread disease everywhere. That's the truth behind that story. But don't let facts get in the way of your bullshit, Elon Musk, daddy. No wonder he is like he did, is the white supremacy don't fall far from the tree. And that is my He Shall Be Elon coverage. Hails to the yeah. Is that an AI painting? I wish. That's all, folks. Yeah, that Porky Pig motherfucker. Apartheid Trust Fund, baby. Yeah, Apartheid Clyde. That's his nickname. Hell yeah. And, folks, who loves overtime? Everybody loves overtime. Hell yeah. You love it. You love it. You love it. So reward me for overtime. We still have another 20 minutes of show. So get your super chats in while you still can. Support me for overtime. Let's see what we're going to do here. Man, look at all the show I still have to go. Maybe I'll save some of this for Monday. Too much. I got too much to cover, folks. So do I want to do the trash world or do I want to do the Beyond parody? I'll tell you what. We're going to save the trash world for either the after party or the next show because there's so much of it. It was a horrible fucking trash world this week. So we're going to move this down here and save it. And gonna do a Beyond parody next, and we're gonna do the what the fuck. So still plenty of show to go, but let's kick it off with a little thing I like to call Beyond parody. Beyond parody, and on this week's Beyond parody, ABG, y'all. Oops, wrong one. ABG, y'all always be grifting. That's what they do. Here's a former 4-star general with the U.S. military, Michael Flynn, who is starting a dating site for anti-vaxxers. Yeah, that's going to be real popular. And it's called For the Pure. They're pure bloods, y'all. Sounds racist, but don't think about it. Anyway, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking like literally nobody's going to sign up for this. Every small dating website in history has like 3 or 4 women, and it's like 90 dudes, and they go bankrupt immediately because if you're not one of the big players, you don't have any chance in this fucking space, no matter how niche you try to make it. But anyway, it's a scam. I'm going to show you in a second. But anyway, let's hear him talk about it.
My name is General Mike Flynn, and I'm honored to announce an opportunity to support a new freedom movement sweeping across the nation. For the Pure is an online community meant to connect like-minded individuals who courageously stood against the COVID-19 jab campaign. Our programs will be used for news updates, friendships, dating, and business networking.
Definitely.
The team at For the Pure are recruiting founding members who will help educate and elevate the world to engender the change we desire.
That's right, founding members, folks. They need some founders, some heroes to step up and be the first people to get a lifetime subscriptions to this website that's going to be around forever. It's going to do gangbusters. There's going to be lots of people there, so you want to get on the ground floor of this. It's not a scam.
We aim to unite pro-freedom communities around the nation. The Founders Club includes a lifetime membership to this incredibly important community.
Lifetime.
Members will receive many VIP perks, including a perpetual 25% discount on all products and events sponsored by For the Pure.
That's right. You say 25% on all the scam bullshit we're going to continuously shove down your throat. What a bargain.
Along with an invitation to retreats, conferences, and seminars with some of the most informed experts in the world.
Definitely. So informed.
Please consider becoming a member of the For the Pure Founders Club.
Please.
This type of freedom movement is crucial.
It's crucial, y'all.
God bless you, and God bless America.
God bless America. Don't you want to be a part of this, folks? I know you do, and it's definitely not a scam. Okay, definitely not. So let's look at the front page. First off, online community of health-conscious COVID-19 unvaccinated people. Holy shit, there's some words that don't go together. Health-conscious and unvaccinated. That's a fucking oxymoron. Anyway, let's see how much it costs to become a member. I'm sure it's dirt cheap. I'm sure they couldn't possibly scamming anybody. All right, here's General Flynn talking about become a founding member. All right, let's look, and it's how much? $2,500 to become a basic founding member, $10,000 to become a corporate member, and $25,000 for a corporate pro. So don't you guys want to pay up to $25,000 to be one of the founding members of this website, which nobody will go to, will get 0 hits, will get no interaction whatsoever, and will be defunct in a year from now? Don't you want to do it? Don't you want to give General Flynn $25,000? Hell yeah, you do, Patriots. And like almost at this point, respect the grift, right? No one has ever been better at grifting than conservative MAGA supporters. Like, I'm surprised MAGA people have any money left, but they must. They keep finding ways to grift these motherfuckers, and I say Godspeed to you. Fools and their money soon parted. And then, folks, the Rudy Giuliani lawsuit with him and his ex-employee slash mistress, girlfriend, whatever she is getting spicy as fuck. So I know this is going to come as a giant shock to you guys, but it turns out Rudy Giuliani is a perv. Yeah, he's a total perv, as all these Christians generally are, according to the lawsuit. On March 4, 2019, Giuliani and Miss Dunphy again spent the day working together. Giuliani began the day by drinking Bloody Marys. They both drank throughout the day while discussing business and Miss Dunphy's ongoing case. Giuliani became drunk and fantasized about visiting a hotel with Miss Dunphy, bizarrely saying during a recorded conversation that he would tell the doorman to wait outside with the luggage so that we do it on the floor in the living room. We don't even make it to the bedroom. All the clothes off. Yeah, that's what I want. A picture of Rudy Giuliani's naked fucking body. Yikes. And telling the doorman, I need time alone with my girlfriend, with my daughter, with my little girl. This became part of a pattern in which Giuliani referenced Miss Dunphy as his daughter in the context of sexual activity and made her extremely uncomfortable. Yikes. But I mean, she wasn't that uncomfortable with it. Doesn't seem like it. She kind of went along with it. So they both perving up in here. Gross. Giuliani doing what he do. And then, folks, apparently he getting sued by this gentleman that he lied his ass off about. Remember when this guy walked up and very lightly tapped him on the back, and then he lied and said the guy assaulted him? So here is the video that was released after he put his story out, and someone put the audio recording of him explaining what happened over the video of what actually happened. This is what he's being sued over. Look how disingenuous this dude is.
And all of a sudden, I feel a shot on my back, like somebody shot me. I went forward, but luckily I didn't fall down. Lucky I'm a 78-year-old who's in pretty good shape, because if I wasn't, I'd have hit the ground and probably cracked my skull. And then...
That's right, the violent left just walked up and watch this violent assault that almost made him crack his skull.
I feel a shot on my back.
Oh my God, he almost died.
Like somebody shot me.
He almost got shot there, folks.
I went forward, but luckily I didn't fall down.
He stumbled, but he's in such good shape.
I'm a 78-year-old.
Luckily, he's ripped as fuck.
Because if I wasn't, I'd have hit the ground and
alpha.
cracked my skull.
So,
and then
he survived this time for the Antifa attack. The Antifa attacked him out of nowhere, but he's such a stud that it barely had any effect. So yeah, he's been sued. Add that on to your problems, fucking lying piece of shit. And then prepare to feel joy, folks. I love it when right-wingers, white supremacists post videos of themselves which make themselves look incredibly stupid and cringe. Apparently, the Patriot Front with their stupid masks all got together in their mama's basement to make a video spreading their white supremacist narratives. And I guess it took them a lot of takes because they're like Elon Musk. They can't form a goddamn sentence. And then once they actually got a take that was decent enough, they celebrated. Once again, cringe warning. Watch these losers celebrate.
Life, liberty, victory.
Life, liberty, victory.
Want to check it out? Damn, son, that might be a cut. That's a good take right there. Sieg fucking high. Let's fucking go. Say that now that it's over.
Sieg fucking high. Let's fucking go. We did it. We said a sentence without fucking up on the video camera. Let's go check it out, guys, before we circle junk each other, lick each other's nutsacks. Yeehaw! Just goddamn it. You guys are pitiful, but it's hilarious. And then on Beyond Parody, guy finally figured out the conspiracy, y'all. Justin Murphy, 33,000 followers. He writes a newsletter about philosophy, social science, and technology, says. Ever notice that rush hour starts at 3 p.m. now? Oh my God, he's right. Nobody works anymore. Oh my God. I mean, we do have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the nation's history. There's actually a worker shortage. They're having trouble finding people to fill all these positions, but nobody wants to work anymore. That's right. Rush hour starts at 3 because no one's working. You'd think if nobody was working, though, there wouldn't be a rush hour period. Don't think about that part. American capitalism has become a total simulacrum like late-stage Soviet society. I thought you guys liked the Soviet society, but anyway, yeah, this motherfucker has just discovered school. You discovered school, dude. That's why. School's in, right? People have to go get their kids at 3 p.m. because they go to fucking school. It's always been like that, dipshit. Way to find conspiracies where none exist. And then Oh, yeah. Imagine Tim Pool making fun of the way somebody looks. This insecure, bald motherfucker. I'll say it once again. How you going to be rich and still be bald? Hair transplants aren't even that expensive, man. $5,000. You're rich. You make like $20 million a year. How the hell are you not going to get goddamn reconstructive surgery already? It's not even a toupee, Tim Pool. It's your own hair. It's your own hair. Anyway, Tim Pool says, start complimenting liberal women by telling them they look like either Dylan Mulvaney or Lizzo. I'm going to start complimenting Republicans by telling them they look like you with their bald ass, Tim Pool. People in glass houses might not want to throw ugly ass bald stones, Tim Pool, and skip that one. Let's do this one. And folks, you know who really knows what's going on? Candace Taylor. She was recently elected a Georgia GOP district chair, folks, and she wants you to know that we got to stop pretending that Joe Biden is the president, because if you believe Joe Biden is the president, it makes you mentally ill, because this is real life.
No one elected Joe Biden to be president of the United States. That did not happen.
It did happen.
Very few totally mentally insane people voted for Joe Biden.
We did.
People did not vote for him. You don't vote for a man who is not cognitively present.
Right, but we did vote for him anyway, right?
Don't vote for a man that stays in his basement, that comes out to have a rally with 6 people socially distanced.
I mean, it was COVID, so we didn't want to get other people COVID like Donald Trump did. Donald Trump gave everybody COVID. Remember that? He was very irresponsible, and Joe Biden didn't want to do that. That's why they told everybody not to come to their rallies. Remember? You don't want to talk about that, though?
That you don't win, right? You don't win a country over with that.
But he did, so you're wrong.
And for them to think we believe it, and for people to call him President Biden,
he is the president.
I do not,
I don't
because
care what
he didn't
you do.
win.
He did win.
When you do that, you participate in the insanity. Just like whenever I say it's okay for people to cut off their genitals as children and get.
So you're talking about circumcision? You're talking about you hate circumcision, the fact that the majority of the boys on this country are generally mutilated at birth. You're not talking about that? You don't care about that at all because it says it's okay to do that in the Bible? Oh, that's what I thought.
Give their children hormones that is opposite of how God created them. I'm participating in their insanity and their gender identity disorder.
It's all about gender, y'all. That's all we have. All we have is to scapegoat transgender people. So regardless of what conversation we're talking about, we always got to bring it back to the transgenders, because that's literally the only talking point we got that seems effective. So please vote for us so we can destroy transgenderism.
It's the same thing. We've got to stop this insanity, this perpetuating society. It is causing people who were normal to become mentally ill.
That's right, folks. Believing Joe Biden is the president makes you mentally ill. And believing Donald Trump is actually the president, is running the shadow government, and is in charge of the military is what makes you sane, because this is real life, y'all. And this is conservatism. What the fuck's going on? And that is my Beyond Parody, I think. Am I right? Yeah, hell yeah. All right. What you guys think about that? Her southern accent makes her sound super smart, y'all. That's why I don't speak in a southern accent anymore. I used to sound like that when I was growing up, though. I talked in a real thick southern accent, but as I got older, I started trying to talk different because I didn't want to seem like a hayseed dumbass. Even though I am a hayseed dumbass, I want to sound more intelligent, so I do the best I can with it. It's still a work in progress, y'all. You look good, bro. Yeah, I guess you're talking about me. I will take it. Fuck yeah. I voted for Biden. Hell yeah. If the shoe fits, Tim Pool. I want to listen to some transgender music. I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. More kitties. Hell yeah. Who was that? Ooh, that was a Miss Misty back there. I saw him. I saw it, man. I saw it. All right. We got to do a what the fuck. Got to do a slow news week. Got about another 10 minutes of show, so get your super chats in. But right now, it's time for What the Fuck? Pop. And first off, on tonight's What the Fuck, I'll take shit you shouldn't do for 500, Alex. Some accidents shouldn't have to happen. Like, no one should have to tell you, hey, don't jump off the second floor of the mall. But I guess this guy figured he didn't have a choice because he just tried to rob the Apple store. Let's watch this amazing getaway.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
Okay,
oh,
yeah, that's not what you want. Let's try that again. All right, so there's the Apple store. I don't see any apples? Did you not even get away with anything? Like, run either direction. This is the only direction you don't want to run. Off the railing. Anyway, bad life decisions.
Oh my God! Oh
yeah.
shit!
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Seems bad. He's fine. He's fine though. He's just gonna walk it off. He's just gonna run away. He's okay. No, it's broke. Yeah, it's broke.
He
dude.
broke this leg.
Yeah, you broke it. It's broken.
Is his neck?
Yeah. Can we go? I'm scared. What are you scared for? He's not gonna get you.
He broke something.
Yeah, he broke everything. Yeah, just drag yourself away. They're like, "Are you okay?"
Oh my God.
He's like, "No, I'm not okay. I just fell a story onto the goddamn tile. I'm hurt." And then y'all, what the fuck? No matter how horrible and racist conservatives are, somehow they managed to outdo themselves and surprise me. So this gentleman, Representative Abe Jones, graduated from Harvard Law School near the top of his class. So obviously one of his white cracker conservative co-workers asked him on the floor if it was a diversity pick, if he only got chosen to go to Harvard because he's black. I shit you not. And the white dude is dressed exactly like a racist Southern cracker would be. I'm not supposed to say cracker, but fuck it.
Somebody refute that with some data. I dare say you cannot.
Mr. Speaker, can I ask the representative a question?
Representative Jones,
Don't do it.
The gentleman yield to a question.
Don't ask him. Don't do it.
Representative McNeely.
Don't do it.
I absolutely will yield. Yes,
he yields.
Representative Jones, I want to ask you the question is, I understand that you went into public school and you went to Harvard and Harvard Law.
Don't say it.
And the question, I guess, is, would you have been able to maybe achieve this if you were not an athlete or a minority or any of these things, but you were a student trapped in a school that the slowest, in the wild we'll say the slowest gazelle does not survive, but yet the herd moves at that pace. So the brightest child sometimes is held back. And don't we
point of order. Gentleman may state his point of order.
Okay, I'm hoping I wasn't the only one that got shocked by that comment, that the only reason you went to Harvard is because you were black and an athlete?
I did not say that.
That's what you said,
Did that end up being one of the reasons? I do not know that. I asked him this.
Right.
I asked him this.
Okay, all right.
I don't mind answering.
Yikes.
Gentleman doesn't answer the question. Sorry, I was reading a note here, so I didn't hear what was.
I apologize, and I'll reframe.
The gentleman from Iredell is no longer recognized. For what purpose, the lady from Wake, Representative Gill, rise. Representative Jones, do you still have the floor, sir, to debate?
I was trying to wrap up.
The gentleman has the floor to wrap up his remarks.
Okay. I just want to say that I'm just going to say one thing.
He's shocked.
Harvard had 5 rankings for their students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I graduated from Harvard, I was in rank 2. So I earned my place, and I did well.
But you're black, so how do we know that? You probably were a diversity choice. Just good goddamn, dude. Sometimes it's better to shut your fucking mouth. And folks, I don't want to disparage people incorrectly. You know I don't do that. But here's a Republican City Council member, Matthew Riley of Cranston, Rhode Island. And I'm starting to think this dude might be on drugs.
This body camera video shows City Councilman Matthew Riley passed out cold in his car Monday afternoon. After a few shakes from police, he jolts awake.
You were literally choking in your sleep. Somebody flagged me down about it.
Oh, I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Well, and then you have a crack pipe in your hands.
This afternoon, Mayor Ken Hopkins joined the City Council president and the Cranston Democratic Committee in publicly calling for Riley's resignation from City Council Ward 6.
I feel that's in the best interest of the city, his constituents. I also feel that personally it's in his best interest for him, for his family's privacy, and for the constituents of Ward 6.
Body camera footage shows Riley asking if he's going to be arrested.
Are there any drugs in the car or anything like that?
No, nothing.
No, I did
An
them all.
apparent lie. According to the police report, officers say they found crack laced with fentanyl along with other drug paraphernalia while searching his car.
I think there's a little bit of fentanyl in there.
Yeah, all right.
Riley telling police,
It was a relapse. I claimed 13 years. Just went through a really, really bad divorce recently.
Oh, it's his wife's fault. I knew a woman was to blame somewhere for this, but dude, don't smoke crack in your car. Do it in your bathroom, in the tub, like a normal person. So disappointed in you. And then, on the what the fuck, this dude needs to play the lottery. Lucky as fuck, or maybe he's not lucky. Sometimes when you get in a car accident and you survive, it looks like you should be hurt. You think you're lucky, but then you got a car accident to begin with, so that's not lucky. Anyway, horseshoe up his ass. Like, no way, nobody survived this. What the fuck? Pulling shit off. And then, hey, what? He's fine. He's totally fine. His shirt is still tucked in and everything. Dude, that is some butt puckering shit right there. Lucky SOB. And all right. That's my what the fuck section. Hell yeah. What we got to say about it, Pose? Crack never made me sleepy. Never smoked it. I smoked meth one time. It did not make me sleepy. Definitely did not. Imagine lacing your crack with fucking Fenty. I would not imagine that. I am not doing anything even close to fentanyl. That shit will kill you. Damn rib bone. All right, folks. Last chance to get your super chats. Gonna finish out the show with a little thing I like to call Slow News Week with Dusty Smith. Yeehaw! And first on this week's Slow News with Dusty Smith, apparently bees also hate cops. I mean, hey, I knew I loved bees, but I didn't know I loved them this much. Apparently this cop was trying to, I don't know what he's doing with these bees, yo, but these bees ain't fucking having it. Anyway, I kind of feel sorry for him, but here you go.
Attack caught on camera. Neighbors in Encino calling for help as the angry bees swarm. One of the first responders, this man. We've learned he's an LAPD volunteer assigned to the West Valley Division. Those bees stinging him dozens of times. At one point, he collapses to the ground as he tries to escape the swarm. The LAPD says he was taken to the hospital for treatment and observation. Tonight, listed in stable condition. Attack.
Damn. Collapsing from bee stings. Man, I guess that can happen. I don't know. Seems bad. And then Boston Dynamics put out a new video of their robots that are going to be soon murdering us all. Let's watch our future demise.
I forgot my tools again.
Oh, shit. What you gonna do? Oh, you got a $1 billion robot. That's handy to have on the job site. Like we all would. Gotta do a fancy jump turn. That's so happy, jauntily running around. Pick up them twos. Maybe them twos, robot. Robot slaves. Our future. Nice jump. Hey, those are fragile. Hey, don't push that box out there, asshole. I needed that box. Now this motherfucker just showing off. Oh, hell no, you didn't spin like a ninja. At least they're gonna look cool as fuck for they murder us.
Such a show off.
Yeah, such a show off. Can't wait for our robotic overlords. Gonna be super cool. And then thought I'd share with you guys again how my ad campaign is going. I've been playing ads for the show, 6-second bumper ads before a lot of popular left-wing shows. Stuff like Xanderhall and Vosh. Vosh is doing pretty well for me. Let's look at the click-through rate. Click-through rate is what you go by. See who's doing good here. Anyway, I might get rid of Media Matters. Media Matters seems like they're doing the largest number of ads, but they're not getting very good click-throughs. But Vol's just doing well for me. Hassani B doing well for me. So we'll see how it goes. Didn't seem to help the numbers all that much, but I think I got to run a campaign for a little while. And like it's costing less now. I tried it the other day and it was like $5 per click, and now it's down to like 50 cents a click. So it's way better. So progress. We're trying everything. What you gonna do? I'll figure it out eventually. I promise. It's not the strongest of the species that survives, but the one most capable of adaptation, and I will adapt. Hell fucking yeah. So go. If you bail out, please hit the like button before you go. Please share the videos, all the things, and be sure to hang out with me on the after party, which is coming up next. We're going to do another 30 minutes. So if you want more Dusty, you can have it right now. Go sign up on my Patreon. There's a link in the description of this video. Cuba 872, Rudy Giuliani, crack your skull. Don't. You know, that's a load of bull. He thinks liberals have sold their souls because they left and don't do what they're told. Hey, you're a poet and you know it. Keep it lover. Janelle, $5 Australian, sue him to oblivion, I hope. Fuck yeah. Parker, what's up, Parker? My pen pal Parker. I'm still surprised that I saw flowers in the mall for dumb forehead Charlie Kirk at my work today. Yep. Conservatives help other conservatives get popular. They spread their shit. I envy them for that for sure. And my buddy E gave me the $100. Always so amazingly generous to me. E, thank you. I really appreciate it, and I can really use it. So love you. And gave 10 Cult to Dusty Smith Dust Buddy memberships for you cool kids out there. So be sure to join me tonight on the after party. All you Dust Buddies are invited. Check the community section of YouTube. I have left you guys a link. And thank you, E. I appreciate you. Socialism. I see you get $2 rather than $5, so here's another $5 to make up for it. Hell yeah, Cuba lover. Thank you. And welcome to Dusty Buddies K. Drew. Spam the chat with impunity. All the cool kids are doing it. Dusty Music Stream just ended. $5 for coffee. Hell yeah. It says $2, but oh yeah, you gave me $5. You gave me $7. Awesome. I'm going to get a really fancy coffee. And Jason Ashby gets to 5 Cult of Dusty streams. Hell yeah. I think I already read that. Kim Van Zant's $20. Thank you, Kim. Gianuzzi, another 10. All the socialism for you amazing people. Another great show, Dusty. It's Girls Night. I already read that, I think. Lizzie, appreciate you. Anything pop up? I cannot wait for the robot uprising. It's going to be so exciting. Yeah, briefly. And then we'll all be dead. All right. Hell yeah. Once again, thank you everybody who supported the show tonight. You guys are always so generous to me, and I very much appreciate it. If you're watching this on a repeat, please leave a comment because the algorithm loves it when you guys leave comments. It loves it when you guys like the videos. It loves it when you click that little bell. There's a bell there. You should be clicking on it. If you haven't subscribed to me, what the fuck is wrong with you? God damn it. May you burn in hell for all eternity. Help me out. Share the videos on your websites, on your forums, and everybody's videos. Just everywhere. Spam the shit. The conservatives do it. Why shouldn't you guys do it? Love you. I sure appreciate you guys. And now we're switching over to the after party. We got another 30-minute show coming up. So all you heroes need to join me right now. The rest of you, I will see on Monday. It's only like 3 days away for another episode of the greatest show in the history of mankind. So have a good weekend. That is a demandment. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Love the shit out of you. And as always, logic, everybody. Fuck yes. And all right, this new song that I just wrote last night, Let's Play Us Out, doesn't have a name yet, but I'm going to make one. I wrote words to it. I actually recorded some of the words to it, but I haven't like finished it yet. So here's just the audio of it. And all right, switch over now. Good night, everybody.